Why are you guys late? Huh? Why? Why then? Do do do. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Why? Can you tell me why? Huh? Unbelievable. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Ready for the monies? I'm ready for the monies. Ready for the monies. It's a nice little comeback on this one here, actually. Good morning, Koma. Prince, good morning. Guardian, good morning. Velvet, good morning. Tal, good morning. Dan, good morning. How was your weekend? Russ, good morning. Joel, good morning. Knowles, good morning. X3, good morning. Hello, hello. Ray, good morning. Coney, good morning. Tony, good morning. Oleg, good morning. Robert, good morning. Good morning, Sam. Chris, good morning. Lizzie, good morning. Safar, good morning. Dilip, good morning. Queen, good morning. James, Ayo, James. Good morning, Mario. Shaftman, good morning. Winterfell, good morning. Patricia, good morning. Floyd, we'll talk about this later, Floyd. We will talk about this later. Good morning. Crypto, good morning. Mark, good morning. Jay, good morning. All the Jays. Good morning, JCN. Carolyn, good morning. Tired of the heat? 100 today? Shush. Tekel, good morning. Vena, good morning. I think Benjamin, maybe. Good morning. Knowles, good morning. Caitlin, good morning. You better make some vacation monies today. Brian, good morning. Snipes, good morning. Prasad, good morning. Virus, good morning, Virus. How are you? How was the weekend? Let's see. I see. I see. No. Time for some monies. Okay, 5 minutes to go. ASBP. ASBP is our favorite name going into the open. Let's see how well that thing performs though at the open. Alrighty, I'm just looking at the rest of these names here before we get into all the chaos. There we go. Perfect. I don't know how you guys are still almost getting scammed though. I don't know. I made a video over the weekend explaining like what the differences are, and somehow people are still messaging me about potentially getting scammed. Jello, good morning. Hey yo, welcome to the community. Alan, good morning. Hello, hello. What's important question? Where? Yeah, exactly, Sam. I would not. Well, simple is just not it. Yeah, I don't know how people are almost getting scammed. It was good, Sam. It was good. Thank you. Yeah. Dan, other Dan, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Perfect. Okay, good to go. 4 minutes before the market opens, the names we're going to be paying attention to, obviously, ASBP. These guys had news of like 2 hours ago. Doesn't really matter to me. What I've liked about this one is just the way that the technicals look for now. I'd like to see this one bounce off the VWAP here, like around 67-ish. get back above that 71. Alrighty, we're creating a bit of a downtrend now, which I don't like. So we're going to need to break that at the open or something else. So I prefer that thing back above the 70s, or if you want to dip, you're looking for as close to 60 cents as possible, that demand zone. Alrighty, so going into the open, those are going to be the two main levels that we pay attention to for this one. Alrighty, so we like this one into the open. VTAK looked good, right? It looked nice earlier, but now it's starting to look a little bit sussy here. Saucy. In terms of levels to pay attention to, though, for now, you want to look closer to that VWAP, so 380, 375 ish. Alrighty, for a bit of consolidation. There's really no need to worry about resistance. It's more about like where we can consolidate and find support into the open and then pop. So we don't mind that. PPCB had a really good run earlier, right? It's obviously now in a massive downtrend, and at a potential double top, triple top here, you can see that little white line. So we're either going to need to come back all the way down to 470 if you're interested, or break and stay above $5. So if that's something you're watching, those are the levels. The S&P, meh, we're red for the day, right? So we'll see if we can stay above 640 here. If we can reclaim the 200, maybe we can reverse this and get back to green. For now, though, super weak. Cool. BTC looks the same. Bitcoin is wild, isn't it? 1 second we're thrusting to all time highs. The next second we're back to the into the teens and crying. So, which is wild. SGD was another one that looked really good. It just hit a lot of supply at the top, a lot of supply. So going into the open, I'd like to see that thing stay above $1.30. Alrighty. So $1.30 would be that kind of the first level to pay attention to there. I just have ADAP on here too because it was hitting a double bottom. So if ADAP can stay above, it's a micro penny stock, right? So watch 8.30ish here, 8 cents. Cool. Let me open up a few more of these charts, and then UPXI, nice little pops there. Still red on the day, right? But it's coming off that demand zone. So let's see if it can get from red to green. Prasad, what's your question for XPON? Can I take a look at Mullen? No. Mullen doesn't even exist, actually, Eric. That's the other part. Doesn't exist. Question for you guys going into the open though. What's your favorite stock as the market just opened? What's your favorite stock for now? What is your favorite stock for now? So let's see if some of these names can find a bit of a base and then give us the levels. Alrighty. So, and then SNGX was another one that I'm missing. It doesn't look horrible, but we need to reclaim that VWAP. So if we can get back above $3.90 to $4, then something good, right? If not, go all the way down to the 200 day, closer to 350. Cool. ASBP. ASBP is trying, right? You can see that candle popped almost to 72 cents, but this is the problem with the open, is you have candles all over the place, so you want to be patient. If you're not in a position, you always want to be patient. Alrighty, so because you're getting candles all over the place. PPCB is pushing for the 200 EMA, so that doesn't look too bad. VTAK, we actually came back and retested that 200 EMA and then popped. So closer to that 370 level we talked about, right? So if we can stay above that and get some higher lows or some double tops, that'd be nice. For now, I still like those two the best, right? My favorite name is still ASBP, right? So this one's still the best one to me. Even though it's playing a lot of games, I don't like the way that the candle is all over the place like that. It almost seems like I'm watching like a 5 minute candle, but we're not, right? So again, this one's still my favorite for now. I just like to see that thing start, giving us candles that are trending up, not like crazy candles, not like crackhead candles, right? Scott, what's your question on that name? I saw the price target upgrade on that. Not something that's important to me, and it was still red for the day, right? So, yeah, I'll take a look. Let me know what your position is, though. Again, if you have a question, guys, please clarify your question. Otherwise, I just end up ignoring it. Alrighty. Good morning, Patrick. Hello. Come on now. Can we start pushing here? There we go. Come on. Come on, ASBP. I'm using the Apple mouse today. I hate this thing. I hate when I say I hate it, like it's probably the worst product they've made. Like this thing. It looks nice. Like it actually does look nice. But that's about it though. Right? Anyways, so I'm gonna like you can hear the clicking. Like my other mouse, my other mouse was super cheap, but like it was so efficient. Like you couldn't hear anything and I could move so quickly. Maybe I just need to get used to this one. But we'll see. Um graphics, yeah. Anyways, so we have a double top for now on ASBP at 75 cents, right? And it's still yeah, you're not wrong. So we still have a lot of resistance on this one, right? ASBP. So we need to break out at some point if this thing wants to move, but now it's not quite doing that. VTAK is still just playing with that 200 EMA for now. PPCB is looking good, isn't it? Right? So this one's really pushing here at the open. So that was a good bottom there. Um, and now what I would like to see on this one though is just a higher low, something like that. Alrighty, I'd like to see a higher low, and then go from there. Uh, PPCB. Okay, so that's looking okay. SGD is still slowly selling up to the 200 EMA. So let's see if we can get there and actually hold. This one failed at the 200 EMA. SNGX doesn't look horrible, right? We still just need to get above the VWAP though. So break above $4 and actually stay above $4. This was a nice dip, right? Closer to 350 was a nice dip on this one. So demands on 200 EMA. I like the way that chart looks. It just needs to close above $4 and then look for 440. Cool. PPCB is rocking it. Rocking it. That thing said, give me all the volume, please. Yeah. Give me all the volumes. So cooking it. Anybody in PPCB? Ooh, 750. My goodness, 760, 770, 780. Damn. So now we're testing the VWAP here, right? But my goodness, type yes in the chat if you're in PPCB. There goes almost $8 here. So that view up is going to act as a bit of an obstacle. So just be aware of that. SNGX is looking okay. 585. Well done, Rich. Nice entry there. There goes $8. 810. Oof. 820. That thing is flying. Look at that. You know what's interesting? We'll talk about this later. Yeah. Okay. There we go. No halts. No halts. No halts is usually a good thing on some of these stocks. You can usually tell. So for ASBP, you can see the resistance, right? So you can see the resistance at 75 cents to double top. So now the question is, can it also stay above the bottom of the range, right? So ASBP, the bottom of the range has been closer to 60 cents. So if we can stay above 60 cents, that's okay. Cool. So sometimes these names do need to sell off at the open and retest the base, find support, and then we push. So watching that off that level, and VTAK also up the 200 EMA. So watch that 200 EMA there, right? 375, 370 ish. Cool. And this was a nice run. I just think you want to be careful in this range, though. Well done, Sniper. Well done. Good. Yup. Well done. Good play. 816 again. Winterfell, did you take your position for ASBP? So we're back to 65 pennies. We're trying to hold that demand zone there, the double bottom. Let's hope we have enough volume to actually push it up. Enough volumes. Okay. Um, Neutral. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it would have been nice if we had a breakout. As nice as this name looks, it still has some you almost expect it to dip at some point and retest the 9 of the 200 EMA, especially now that it's stalling, right? But we shall see. We shall see. Let me take a look at open. I know this one was on the watch list over the weekend. Doesn't look bad, does it? Open's been really nice. Every time it dips closer to 320, it's actually been really nice. SNGX, yep. Right, so finally breaking above that $4 there. So if it can stay above that, then you're looking for the next resistance on the left hand side, for 430, 440. Alrighty, so that'd be nice. But good looking chart. Yeah, open is just super super slow though, super slow. But slow and steady is better than nothing. Yeah, that's not looking too bad at all. I know a whole bunch of you guys are holding open, so I can see the smiles in the chat, even though it's super slow. Donovan, 344. There we go. 365. PPCB is still looking good, even though it's stalling at the top there. You just want to be careful though. If it doesn't break, you're gonna get a nasty sell-off. But yeah, so a lot of resistance right below 820. Lots of resistance there. Huh. Open said, let me cook, please. With my little 10 cents. Let me cook. Not bad. ASBP just doesn't have the volume to curl yet, which is really interesting. Right? So needs that curlies. Where's the 200 EMA on this one? All the way down there. Okay. Yep. Let's see if we can continue to hold that 60 cents here, though. Good morning, River. Yeah, that thing got slapped there, though, Ronell. Not Ronell, Austin. Yeah. Rejected hard. PPCB is like, hey, I'm the captain now. You don't need to look at anything else. Oof. That's a nice push. SNGX is definitely a bit of a crackhead stock. With like drops like that. There goes 850. I bet you nothing else is moving because this one's moving like this. From 20K average volume to 12 million. Right? There goes 870, 880. That's 200%. That's a really beautiful push. Really beautiful push there. I like that. So there goes 890. Damn. I think the only downside to this is like it's really had no proper dips, right? Just breakouts. You almost have to FOMO on the breakout on this one. Otherwise, you're not getting an opportunity. Otherwise, no chance, right? So yeah, just be careful if you're in a position though. Make sure you're locking in those gains, especially when you're close to a supply zone like that. Alrighty. I still think it's gonna get a nice little drop at some point. So let me show you a bit of a pattern. Let's do a bit of a class here. Alrighty. So And then I'll show you why this one's done so well. So the question is, sometimes like you see a stock that's trending down, and you're like, okay, well, the stock's trending down. How do I know when the bottom is going to be in, right? So again, this, right? So we're trending down, 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 down. We're just going down. There's a green candle here and there, but for the most part, it's a downtrend stock, right? We're just going down, right? So the trick every so often is at some point you're gonna get a bounce, right? And the question is going to be, okay, well, how do I know like when to get in, like right here, right? That's never the answer. The answer is never like, how can I catch it off the very, very bottoms, right? Because this is the most, like, if you're looking for that entry, to me, this is really dangerous, right? That initial bounce is really dangerous. So let me delete some of these things again, so I can clean up the chart, and then we can continue with a little lesson here. Alrighty, so again, the stock is trending down, and every so often you get a bounce, right? So that might be a bounce for a lower high, and then continuation to brand new lows, because we see that all the time, right? Like a stock is going down, 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 and then it goes up, and then you're like, "Ooh, this is the bottom. Let me jump in," right? And then we reverse, and then we keep crashing just because we've hit that lower high, right? So to me, what the secret is when you can create that initial curl, and then come back down and create a higher low, and then give you that breakout, right? So the best entry usually is when we're creating that lower high or the breakout. Alrighty, so either creating the lower high, and so the higher low, sorry, the higher low. So again, we're now creating a higher low, right? So that's a potential entry on the curl there, or the breakout of that last high, right? So if we look at an example like this, right? So this one's clearly trending down, right? Trending down for days, right? Like it's trending. You can see it though, right? You can see like we're coming down, we're trying to curl, and it's crashing back to new lows. We're trying to curl, and it's crashing to new lows. That's the little scammy, right? Whereas if you look at something like this, that's the difference. The difference is this time we had that curl, we had the higher low curl, and we had the breakout. Does that make sense? So when you're looking for stuff like this that's trending down, this on the left hand side, this is just scams, right? It's like you have green candles every so often, but you're not exactly getting that higher low, and you're not getting any brand new highs. Alrighty, you're just getting scams, 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 and you're failing at the same level. Whereas this time, you can see the difference. Alrighty, so the higher low would basically be like the break of the push, like the run, right? So we're going up, 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 and then we've created this high. So when we start dipping, that creates your high. So now when we break it right there, that's a potential opportunity. Yeah? Okay, moving on. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So PPCB looking for $9, and $9 broken. Can I get a scam? You can. 920, 926. ASBP. Right? So I think the volume is just gone to the one name that's performing the best, which is usually how it works. Right? People will run to the name that looks the best, and it doesn't really matter the price. As long as something's performing, that's the name we want to go to. So $9.30. It's not available. Well, it's simple again. Kiki is a bit of a garbage app though. So, well, it's not. It's for long term investing. So I'd recommend if you can have your long term account there, but then if you're gonna trade, you need to switch to like a Quest Trade, Interactive Brokers, stuff like that is what you need to do. So once this one's actually selling off, I think we're now gonna go to some potential other names. For now though, this has been the Kuka. MB's halted up. Type yes in the chat if you at some point made money on this one, or you FOMOed, or you're still in PPCB, or everybody is just ignored this one. Yeah, see, the difficult part is like we were already breaking and pushing it at the open and clearing the 200 EMA, and so no real dips on this one, right? So you just had to FOMO on this one on a breakout. I think that's the difficult part. Yeah, Vena, good. Rich, yeah, Rich had a nice entry early on. A nice entry early on VTAK. VTAK is still just sitting at the 200 EMA, so it's nice, but nothing else really has the volume, right? So VTAK still looks interesting because it's holding that 200 EMA. If it can, that's a good thing. So keep an eye on that 200 EMA there for VTAK. Cool. ASBP, this one's going to need to give us that higher low now because we're starting to trend down. So whenever you, again, using that example we just talked about, now whenever you're watching a stock trend down like this, you need to look for that higher low or double bottom or a break of the structure, right? Um, so that's what that example is basically, a break of structure. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Open had a nice little run here to 375 and it's dipping a bit. Good push down. Let's go, Stallion. Love it. Allen, 880 to 913. Love it. Some monies. Well done, Stallion. Good job. Small position tender. Okay. Mario. Yep. Yep. Right. So that higher low, the break of structure for ASBP. I still like ASBP. Again, I think what's happened is we showed up and something just took over, right? This one just took all the volume from the market. So and everybody just had to pay attention to it. So at some point, if this thing dips, then I think that money is gonna rotate somewhere else, right? Look at that nasty drop. So 930 to 830 and back to 870. Like this thing is wild. The way that it moves is quite impressive. ASBP is back to 65 cents, right? So as that one's dropping, you can see the money rotating to other places, right? There goes 68 cents. Look at that, right? As soon as one's dropping, everybody's like, okay, what's next? Let's go back to the name we like the most in the first place, right? So let's see if we can get the higher low, right? A double bottom. But again, like I said, I still like this name, even though yeah. If I see something like a rocket to the moon, I prefer to pass and not get in if I don't see a clear entry to Kel. Absolutely, that's okay. Right? Better safe than sorry. And no, that doesn't mean you're a coward, not by any means. So yeah. And for the most part, honestly, like that saves you more than it's So next time you say that, I'm gonna fight you. Doo-doo. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this one still needs to give us that higher low or something consistent because the candles are just all over the place for now. Can't really trust that yet, right? You can see VTAK, same thing. VTAK is bouncing up the 200 EMA as well. So as soon as the other names started to sell off, the other two names that we liked coming into the open started to move. So we do need to get some breakouts here though, because they're still in the same range. Look at that. Look at VTAC, right? Like we just go to the top of the range and then we come back to the bottom of the range. So there's nothing clear here either. So we shall see. QS, 1 hour, 200 EMA. Okay. As long as it's staying above that 200 MA though, Jameson, just make sure that it is. Open is actually looking really good today, isn't it? Type yes in the chat if you're holding open. I know this is a swing play for a lot of you guys. Type yes in the chat if you're holding open. Andrew, I know you were looking for this one last week. There we go. Yeah. Andy, good job. Good jobs, good jobs, good jobs. What am I looking for? PA? IPA? IPA. I'll take a look. SNGX, guys, same range, right? Same range it's been in the entire time. IPA. What's this one doing? It looks interesting. You just need the breakout. You need the breakout and a bit more volume here. So definitely something to watch. if you can get that breakout. So 260, 265. If they can break out, maybe the volume is going to come in. But it does look interesting though. So kind of need to clear that level right there. Get rid of the double top ASBP. We are kind of getting that higher low now. So hopefully we can get above the VWAP and actually close above the damn VWAP. Cool. And VTAK is back to the bottom of the range. So open is pushing for that high. Pushing for that high. Very nice. That VWAP is a bit of an obstacle there for ASBP. So we need to break above that. That's the scam you needed, Jameson. Let's go. Monies. Monies. Monies, monies, monies. KYIB. Okay. SNGX, Cal. I think that's the one I got rid of to look at this one. Yeah, maybe up the bottom there, right? So closer to that 360. That was a really nice curl and open, by the way. That was really good. Even though it's not moving a whole bunch. Back to ASBP. I want to say ASBP is my favorite name so bad, but I need that thing to get back above. You know it's coming, right? ASBP is my favorite name. Let's go. Let's go, Eugene. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You finally woke up this morning. My goodness. Good to see you, my guy. Let's go. Let's make monies together, please. So again, ASBP, let's see if we can stay about that 60 cents. I'd really like to see that thing reclaim that 70 cents. And then we can get to moving here, please. Alrighty. As soon as PPCB is selling off, because again, this one's been really nice. So higher lows, breakouts above the 200 EMA, boom skis. So congratulations if you made money on this one this morning. From $5.70 almost to $10 there. So almost a double, right? So now the question is again, can ASBP become my favorite name now? I think the answer is yes. There goes 71. Do you guys see what we just explained though? These like that little explanation, right? Market structure, right? Break of higher lows and the breakouts. That's exactly what just happened to ASBP, right? So we're obviously trending down, right? And then we can come back for a sell off and retest and get a higher low in the demand zone in this case, and then a curl back up, right? So when you're looking for something that's trending down, you always want to look for that break of structure basically. So there goes ASBP 71 cents. So we need to close above that 71, right? Because we know this level was a problem earlier this morning. So if I go to the left-hand side, there was a bit of a double top this morning in pre-market, and we had a problem with it. And once we broke above, it was 75. So let's see if we can close above the 71 and then push. There we go, guys. ASBP is my favorite name. Yes, it is. Type yes in the chat if you're in ASBP. Type yes in the chat if you're in this one. And the answer is going to be yes, 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 I'm in. Yes, yes, yes. So 71 and then 75. Those are the next two resistance levels. Alrighty. So we can clear 75 cents here. This was our favorite name coming into the open regardless, right? They ooh, oh my days. Oh my, somebody call 911 guys, because we just had an explosion. Oh my days. Oh my days. Is this our favorite name or is this our favorite name, guys? Woo! Woo! Oh my days. Oh my days. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. The monies is coming. So now we need to see if we can close these candles above that 75 and then keep pushing. Yogi, give me a high five. Everybody, give me a high five in the chat. High five. High five. High five. Let's go. So we need to retest and maybe stay above that 75 cents and then continue. Alrighty. So really good push. There's no point of me zooming out for now and looking at the daily. I'm not going to do that yet. I want to see if we can close these candles above this last high. If we do, then we'll zoom out and see if that next level is a dollar or if it's something else. Should I start exiting my position? You're asking because you're nice and green, right? If you're asking, then you should probably start scaling out. That's completely up to you. So here comes 80 cents. Here comes 81 cents. Here comes 82. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, Walter. Well done. 82 pennies. Love it. So let's see if we can make a brand new high here. Yeah, yeah, guys. Yeah, yeah. Come on now. Yeah. Who said we can't make monies on a Monday morning? Right? Yeah. Come on now. Love it. So again, this is our favorite stock. It wasn't performing at the open because we had something else stealing the volume from it, right? For the most part, there's really only one name that can run at a time. For the most part, we've seen multiple names run at the same time, but we like this one the best coming into the open for a reason. So again, break of structure, right? Break of structure. So we're trending down, right? Let it trend down if it wants to. What you need to wait for is, again, if we go back to PPCB and we look at that little graph that we were drawing on the left hand side right there, this is exactly what's happened, right? We're trending down and then we curl, but then we dip again and then get the higher low, right? So you're either looking for that or you're looking for the breakout. And as soon as this one's dipping, then the volume really comes back to this one that we like, right? So there goes 85 cents. There goes 86 cents. 137%, guys. Are we cooking or what? Mario's up $550, guys. Let's go. Membership paid for Mario. Membership paid. Membership paid. I love it. Yeah. Tell the stock he's a good boy. You're a good boy, Mr. Stock. You're a good boy. Don't forget to smash a like, guys. Again, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate that. Take a second, smash a like. It really helps. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. Alrighty. If you're not a member yet, what are you waiting for? Alrighty. Click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and come join us in Discord. Alrighty. Click that link at the bottom, become a legend or gold member, and come join us. Cool? Cool. So again, I want to see some higher lows on this one. Right. So we really haven't had a dip since we broke out at the bottom there in the 60s. So we need to retest either the 9 or just consolidate above 70 80 cents. I don't mind. Yeah. Yogi, love it. Patrick says, I'm still happy with my 79-cent exit. I guess I can't be greedy. No, you did well, Patrick, right? You did well. Yeah. Andrew got in at 68 cents, right? So 85 is your next little level there, Hassan. Alrighty. I still need to zoom out. But from a psychological point of view, right, 85. Let me do that though. Let me zoom out here. I want to see what the levels look like. We might be dealing with a chart that has so much room to the upside, right? So I bet you if I looked at regular candles, we're going to see some gaps. But I'm looking at Heikin Nashi candles, so we don't quite see those gaps. But you can see like how nasty the drop was. Usually, when you have a nasty drop like this means that like the upside is there as well. But then you're gonna have to pay attention to a smaller time frame for the most part. So for now, that 75 made a lot of sense, and then 85 makes a lot of sense. Alrighty, so we're just gonna have to pay attention to the smaller time frame. So again, this is the pullback we were talking about. So we had that breakout of the left-hand side resistance, right? Whenever there's a breakout like this, a double top, a triple top, you want to see that thing come back and retest it, right? So healthy for now. Make sure you're paying yourself on the way up. Make sure you're scaling out on the way up. Make sure you're moving your stop losses up, right? All of that stuff is completely up to you. Let's go, Floyd. Let's go. I want to show you guys something, okay? I want to show you guys something. This hasn't been approved yet, but I don't really care. because I think it's one of those things that should be shared. Um, so Floyd is my neighbor. Um, he doesn't live too far away from me, so he became a member. We've had some one-on-ones, and Floyd is a bit of a and then yesterday Floyd sent me his like TikTok, right? Floyd is a bit of an inspiration, right? So forget about the something went wrong. It's loading here for some reason. It's not letting me see it. But so Floyd is other than the fact that he's TikTok famous as well. But let me like this is Floyd. That's Floyd. Um, uh, I'll just let you guys watch the video. And like so my favorite part about watching this video is watching someone that like isn't able to walk, and then you can see the smile on his face, right? That's inspirational. Going through something that most people would be like, very depressed going through. Um, and sometimes it just reminds you, like, hey, uh, like it's absolutely amazing, isn't it? My audio? Maybe it's because I'm playing a video. Isn't it amazing? Hopefully my audio is getting a bit better. You can see the smile on his face the whole time, which is amazing. Right? See, and again, like that's my favorite part, right? So SNGX with a nice breakout there. So SNGX did a really good job holding the bottom of the range and then breaking out to that 440, which is the next level we talked about. So congratulations if you're playing with SNGX. ASBP is coming back to still retest at 75, the breakout. So that thing needs to consolidate and start curling at some point. ASBP. Cool. And then SNGX, your next resistance is that 440. Even though we pushed all the way up there, that was a really sweet breakout. But it needs to consolidate above 440 for that next run. Good push down. Alrighty, so that's one of the names we mentioned earlier, right? So ASBP 74, 76, 77. So we're playing games trying to consolidate again. The reason we're doing this is because we had that initial resistance on the left. And we know we have to come back and retest that level, right? So the question now is, can we consolidate? If we can, then that's a good thing. If it doesn't, then that's not as good. So when we're stalling at the top there, that's always a signal to sell, right? We know that by now. When a stock is stalling like that, you want to consider taking some of those gains or scaling out or moving your stop loss up, right? So the question now is, can we consolidate and then get a curl, a higher low? Open door still looks nice, right? Retesting that double top, and then SNGX really wants the boom skis. I think really wants the boom skis. Yeah. So yeah, you can go back and rewatch some of the videos on Floyd's page, and Floyd does need to post more. Anyways, I missed a whole bunch of stuff as I was looking at that video. Let me scroll back up. Dan, let me read this carefully. For the coming winter, treat your bank account right. Join Discord and fatten it up for the coming winter. Let's go, Dan. Dan, thank you very much for the super chat, and I agree. If you're not a member, come join us in Discord. Alrighty, come join us in Discord, so you can you can get the some cushion for the account for winter. for the snow. Anyways, no, 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 no. Um, Here's the issue. There we go. $4.90. 480. Good push. Well done, Jay. Good. Well done. Yeah, so Jay got in at 65 cents, sold at 83 cents. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And then if we can consolidate somewhere else for ASBP, then we look good, right? So, but that thing inside, it's given us a nice little scalp opportunity there. So, but now the volume is rotated to SNGX, which is quite nice. Kel, what's your entry in this one? What's your entry in this one, Kel? No, 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 no. Perfect. 390. Okay. So you almost up $1 in that one then. Open is making brand new highs here. This one's slow and steady. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Nothing too crazy. But that chart does look really nice, doesn't it? I hate the clicks on this mouse. Eugene, I'll give you this mouse with a different mouse. Unbelievable. What indicator do you have active on TradingView? The bull bear algo indicator, Andy. Did you watch the video from Sunday? Was it Sunday? I think so. So if you're new to the community, guys, we made a brand new video. Alrighty, we made a new video. Why is my stuff so slow? What I'm looking for. I'm just looking for the damn channel. So we made a new video. It's a members only video, obviously. So if you haven't seen that and you're kind of not sure where to go for stuff, watch this video. Alrighty, it's not that long, right? So it's an hour long. No, it's the computer, not the computer, Raven. It's the mouse. I hate the mouse. But yeah, so yeah, watch that video at some point. I've gone through and explained all the channels and what they do. And yeah, alrighty. So watch that. Raven? No, not the computer. It's the mouse. I like the computer, not the mouse. Already. So watch that. It's gonna go through all of the channels. The only thing that I forgot to explain, which kind of annoyed me after, but I was done recording, is when you're in Discord and you're trying to click the link to watch the video, you sometimes it's gonna say you're not a member. You have to be a legend member only, right? Well, just click on the actual link, not the play button in Discord. Or just come over to YouTube, right? Come over to YouTube, and the members only videos are all right there. You just have to find it, right? So they're all right there. So, and you can watch it here because you're signed into your account, right? Andrew says, one trade paid for my gold membership, guys. One trade paid for my gold membership. Let's go, Andrew. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. One trade paid for the gold membership. So yeah, become a gold member. Alrighty, become a gold member. If you're not a gold member and you need help, become a gold member. Whatever membership you get will pay for itself. Alrighty, so ASBP, now it looks like we're finally testing and holding the 50 and the VWAP here. This is why it's really, really important to actually wait for consolidation and the curl. So you never want to be in a position where you're like, okay, I think 75 is good, so I'm just gonna jump in at 75, right? No, they always has to be like the candles have to show you, like, hey, we're finding a bit of a base, we're trying, right? I can afford a better mouse. This is like one of the most expensive mouse, and it's still like so. I have two, right? I have a Logitech mouse, which I like, but then for some reason it's been acting up, right? But like it's like a I don't know, it's like a $30 mouse, right? It's nice, like it's simple, it fits like so nicely. It's not annoying. Um, but then I have a backup, which is the Apple mouse, right? And it's annoying. But anyways, let's move on. Yeah, overrated. ah, no, expensive doesn't mean better. I agree. I completely agree. Where do you turn on night mode on TradingView? Velvet. If you go to the left hand side right here with your username, click on your username. So on the left, top left, right, like your logo, your username, you see it on the left, right there. If you click on it, there's gonna be look at the options. It's gonna say night mode or a dark theme or something is what they call it. Alrighty, dark theme is what they call it. So ASBP is playing games here with us now, isn't it? Yeah, VTAK just never gave us anything other than just still consolidating at the bottom. So like it's a scalper if you're playing it off the same level, right? So 370, 360. Um, I do not, Raymond. I do not. Right. So we're just playing with 70 cents in this one. PPCB has actually done a really good job coming back, which is nice. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why ASBP is selling off. They almost seem to be inverse each other, right? Inverse, which is interesting, isn't it? Problem in chair, not in computer. No, Dan. No, not true. Well done, Andrew. I like that. That was a very good scalp. Good. And so the idea is not to be greedy with these plays, right? The idea is to be consistent. Like if you see a reason to sell something, you want to sell it, right? Yeah. So, good morning, pizza. Didn't think they sewed mice in your size. Unbelievable. So as long as we can stay above the view up here for ASBP, I don't mind it. Alrighty. So as long as we can stay above, I'd like for this thing to stay up there so the 200 EMA can catch up. So then we have a clear idea of what it's gonna look like when it's done. We call it picnic. Don't support him, Prasad. Don't give Dan any more support, please. Yeah. Are you currently texting me in Discord or is it a scammer? Hassan, I will find you and I will give you the biggest slap. Alrighty? So when I say go watch the video, watch the video. Alrighty? Like the first 5 minutes of this video is me talking about the scammer and how to know when not to get scammed, right? My username is completely different. My picture is completely different, right? If you click on my name, it has a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, I'm on stream. Why do you think I'd be messaging you, right? So watch this video, please. The next person that gets scammed, I'm just gonna ban you. Not true, Dan. It's not though, Hassan. It's not. It's not the same. They can copy like the actual like static picture, but my picture is not static, and that was the whole reason. Yeah. Austin, I need monies. I need some crypto, right? No. So please don't get scammed. Right? Watch the video. Alrighty, watch that video. So, alrighty, watch that video at some point today. It's gonna help you not get scammed. Also, my name has HTX. Like if someone's DMing you, my name has HTX on it, right? So there's no way the scammer can get that. So there's so many things that are different. Alrighty, please. Jericho, come on now. Come on. Unbelievable. Anyways, ASBP is still trying to curl here, so that's a good thing. Open still looks beautiful. I like the way that this chart's performing, right? This one has all the hype on social media. Like if you look at Twitter and you look at stock tweets and stuff like that, Open just has all the hype. It's like slow and steady and slow and steady. Okay, there we go. So that thing's looking for $4 there. Dan, I don't like it. Well, I want my one Bitcoin I lent you. I know, right, Mario? I know. Tony, don't get scammed, please. So ASBP is still trying to curl up that VWAP here. Where'd the volume go to? Sometimes you wonder. Sometimes you wonder where the volume disappears to. SGD, we like this one in the morning, especially in pre-market. It just hasn't given us anything. Maybe now off $1.20, right? But you can clearly tell that the volume is in there. So I've had this question a few times, right? People say like, why do you keep saying the stock doesn't have volume? The volume is 17 million shares, right? So when I say volume, I'm usually referring to two different things, right? So one, maybe the stock just doesn't have volume in terms of like the buy and sells, right? So we're at what I mean is like, so 200,000 shares is not a whole lot of volume. 100,000 shares is not a whole lot of volume, right? In this case though, the average volume is 4 million and today it has 17 million. So clearly it has the volume, right? When I say it doesn't have a whole lot of volume, I'm referring to the price action, right? You can look at candles like this and you're like, yeah, that thing doesn't have volume. Why? Because the volume most likely came in pre-market and at the open, right? Now you look at these candles and it's sideways. So yeah, volatility, right? Volatility, price action. So when I say it doesn't have volume, sometimes I'm just referring to the price action. And clearly this isn't really doing much. Cool, cool, cool. And this is another one that's retesting, right? SNGX. So if I put a little line here for the last breakout, you can kind of see the 410, 420, 440 level that we talked about earlier. So retesting that SNGX. So let's see if we can stay above. Yeah. Add volume indicator to TradingView. I think that the volume indicator to me is useless. Like it's pretty useless. I know some of you guys have the volume bars at the bottom of your charts. I personally don't use it. It's not important to me. The reason why that's not important to me is because, like, when I look at stuff like that, you're making decisions based on data that's in already. Then like reacting is really good, but I think that data is delayed and it's pretty useless to me. Um, right? The reason I say that is because I focus on price action, right? Like, what are the candles doing, right? Like, what's happening now, rather than like I'm looking at all the other metrics, right? You look at stuff like that for confirmation, not for decision making, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Alrighty. So, but that's just the way that I look at it, though. Um, maybe Adam, right? So to me, it's price action, right? Because when it comes to volume, you can usually get the volume that you need. The information for volume, you can usually tell, like, hey, like if I'm looking at a stock like this, and on average it's 60 million shares a day, and today we 16, right? And today we have 60 million shares. That's all the information that I need. Now I just need confirmation from price action and the levels that I'm looking at. Alrighty, cool. Okay, ASBP is still holding the bottom of the range then. Still holding the bottom of the range. For example, the average volume for ASBP is 3.5 million. Today, the volume is 250 million, right? So, But 75 is still resistance. Once you break below, then that level becomes resistance again on the way up, back up. Guardian, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, most of the stuff that I say, it like is referring to momentum, right? Like we're looking for those quick scalpies, right? So by the time you start to see those volume candles, kick in, like your volume bars at the bottom, the stock has left you behind, right? So yeah, PPCB is pushing back up here though. Maybe that thing is gonna break above $9 again. $8.90. Yeah, Adam, PPCB, yup. Right, good little base, good demand zone, 50 EMA VWAP, right, and then a bit of a curl back into the supply zone. So see if we can get back above $9. Yeah. Yeah, that supply zone is acting as a bit of an obstacle there, and then you have the little resistance on the left hand side as well. So you need that breakout. But looking better. Looking better. PPCB. $8.80. Anybody buy the dip here on PPCB? Adam, did you buy the dip? MB, buy the dip on PPCB? Anybody? CODX. That's the same name from last week. Yeah, so it looks like open failed right below $5 there. And again, SGD has just done absolutely nothing today for now. Right? It's still above the 200 EMA, so that's a good thing. Maybe the volume will kick in at some point. Adam, 770. Okay, that's not bad. I say that's not bad. That's a really good entry, right? You're up $1 in that position. So 770 is that green zone, right? The VWAP, the 50, the green zone, the support. So really good entry there. You're really hoping for a breakout here and the push for the highs. So just make sure you have a stop loss in that position just in case, because there's a lot of resistance here. You're just looking for that break. Break. Let me pull up SPY really quickly here. Actually, no, we have SPY up here already. That's the S&P. So red to green SPY. Red to green. Are you're looking for a slap, Jameson? You had that slap earlier. If that thing stays above that 200 EMA, just be careful, please. Otherwise, you're gonna see the yeah. Well, so you have two levels to pay attention to, though, Adam. Right. So you have this level here, right underneath the supply zone. So a bit of a double top, right, 890, and then you have the actual high, right, 936 ish, and then that $10, right. So those two levels are going to be really important. But yeah, for now you're kind of dealing with this last double top here. ASBP is just chilling at the VWAP, just chilling. Jameson, are you holding SPY puts or just Tesla puts? Yeah. DHAI session highs. DHAI. Both? Okay. Yeah, you had that drop. So now you're hoping for some more drops. Palantir call, Tesla put, SPY put. Okay. At least you're holding Palantir calls. just in case we're pushing in one direction. Wednesday? Okay. Elias, yes. Right? As long as you have a plan. As long as you have a plan, the answer is yes. Right? So for now, yes. Just make sure you have a stop loss somewhere, please. That thing's going to need to give us a push down. It's going to need to give us a push. Right? So DHAI doesn't look too bad. If anybody's playing with it, right? Nothing crazy, but you have that supply zone. The red zones are there for a reason, right? So red, you do not buy. So that thing needs to break about 35 cents there. DHAI. DHAI, PPCB, yeah, that resistance at 890 really needs to break, and then the volume can kick in. So for now, Adam, just make sure you have a plan. Don't let that thing go from green to red, please. Ready? And then ASBP is still fighting here. Can we get something to go boomskis, please? Can we get something to go boomskis? Jameson, are you happy now? We're dropping back. Spy's getting slapped there, Jameson. So your puts should be looking better. And PPCB, yeah, you can again. The issue is you can clearly see the resistance. There we go. Right. So again, Adam, hopefully you're not holding a bag on this, right? You can see the resistance. It's not like it's a surprise, right? So price action, price action, price action. So hopefully we stay above that same demand zone and then push back up. My thoughts on VTAK. What's your position in that new? Right, it really hasn't done much today. Like it just hasn't, other than give us lower highs and sit at the same level, right? So my take on this, nothing good happening here yet. Alrighty, nothing good's happening there yet. So there's not a whole lot I can tell you, unless you tell me where your actual position is, and then we can take a closer look. But Andy, fly. Interesting. MB is halted up again. DHI is pushing for that 35 cents. Trying to break it. Cool. Yeah. Okay. I want to take a look at MB here. And maybe I don't know why this one's constantly halting up though. Those are candles that shouldn't really be getting halted up. Yeah. Come on. There we go. ASBP. There we go. That thing is fighting, Winterfell. Come on. Where's the boomski? I think we do need to clear that 75 cents. Right? So again, if you look to the left-hand side, guys, we talk about this so often, and it doesn't seem like it's anything crazy, right? But consolidation is really, really important, right? You want to be able to look at a chart and say, hey, like, I don't want to buy this thing here. Like, so look at this, right? I don't want to buy this thing here. Why? Because it's dropping. Regardless of what I'm saying, this is why I keep telling you guys price action is so important, right? I could tell you like, hey, there's support at this price. It doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter what I say, right? It does not matter. Doesn't matter what anybody says, right? I can tell you like there's support at this price. It doesn't matter unless we're consolidating, right? We're dropping, and then now look, right? Now look. What's the difference here? Right? The difference is you can actually see that it's holding the bottom. So if you take a position and you mess up, guess what? You can put a stop loss right below, right? So price action is really, really, really important. That looks like a nice little double bottom, and we're back above 75 cents, right? So that's not horrible. The damn thing just needs to cook. Needs to cook. Take a look at PPCB. Look at that. Look at that nastiness, right? Adam, did you sell your position? I hope you did. I hope you did. Alrighty. I really, you know what's crazy, guys, is we keep saying how ASBP and PPCB are inverse. Like one's pumping. Like look at this. One's pumping, the other one's crashing. Right? What's the coincidence here? Well, like what's the connection? What's the correlation? Right? Because they keep doing it. Anyways, we can now say ASBP is still our favorite stock, guys. Because it still is. Anyway, so good pushback into the 80s. You can see that supply zone up there, so be careful, right? So obviously you're not buying in the supply zone, right? The green zone was at the bottom, the red zone is at the top, right? So if you wanted to buy, the green zone was at the bottom. Cool. Speaking of Fly just sent out an alert. Fly. Let's go, Wizard. Hello, hello. Good morning. How are you, Wizard? How are you? How are you? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that thing needs to give us the breakout. super slow. MB is still halted. Let me pull up Fly just for giggles, if nothing else. It's halted. It's halted down or halted up. I don't know what it's doing here, but it looks like it popped a little bit and then dipped. It's done a fairly good job of like holding 70 cents though, hasn't it? So last Friday 70 cents, today 70 cents. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's halted down. Yeah, I get it's just all over the place. Anyways, let's see if we can stay above the 75 cents again here for ASBP. The price action on this thing is a bit annoying, isn't it? Yeah, you had a nice that green scalp though, right, Wizard? So that's all that matters. So here we go, 77. Can we get back above 80 cents and just stay above? MB is unhalted. Again, there's not a whole lot going on there, so I'm not sure why it's doing things like that, but yeah. Anyway, 78 cents. 78 cents ASBP. Good job, Wizard. Good jobs. I want to see that thing push back above 80 cents and stay above though. That'd be nice. That would be nice. Okay. Chris, yes, sir. Eugene, are you still in the chat? Winterfell, that's a good scalp. Good little scalpion bull. Good little scalpy. Good little scalpy. Yeah, I think the annoying thing about this one has just been the price action. So you almost just have to scalp it, right? So up and down, up and down, up and down. That's a little bit annoying, isn't it? Lamb, it's still below the 200 EMA though, so just be careful, please. Be careful, please. Yeah, the price action on ASBP is it's nice when it bounces. It's annoying when it dips. Yeah, very annoying when it dips. I'm getting all of these spam messages. If you guys can see my screen, look at that drop. Look at that. Hassan, what's your position in ASBP? Is it done? I mean, if we're gonna keep dropping like this, yeah. So watch that initial support that we had coming into the open. So that's 60 cents. Crazy, isn't it? Like 1 second it looks good, the next second we're back to playing with the abyss. So for some reason we don't like the 80 cents. You sold before, that's a good thing. Alrighty, so this is more of a scalpy than diamond hands. Right? So let's see if we can stay above. I'm not sure why I'm moving that line, but let's see if we can stay above the bottom, right? So that's support at the bottom there. So the 200 EMA stay above 60. As long as we stay above 60 cents, not done yet. But if we're gonna keep doing stuff like this, then yeah, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a nice chart where we can price action like that's pretty annoying. Peter, something wore out. Ridiculous. We need like one consistent stock today, just consistency. Like just give us boomskis all day. Let's start the week up with violence. You know what I mean? Everything is just WGRX with a nice little pop. Let's take a look. WGRX. I think came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. It wasn't really doing much until the breakout. It doesn't look like they have news either. Just a breakout. Hassan, that's the 1 minute time frame you're looking at. The 1 minute time frame. Okay. That's a nice pop though. Stuff like this is always a bit scary. Just because there isn't a catalyst there, right? So just be careful if you're playing with it. Just be careful. Okay. 105. So once you start getting past 3, I think most people look for 3 of anything to start thinking like, okay, well, we're starting to consolidate. You also have to keep in mind though that the entire chart comes into play. So if the chart has really been like just selling off, then you might need I think I have like a piece of hair in my eye. But then you might need a bit more consolidation, right? So once you get past 3 minutes of just consolidating in the same area, then you start to look at it. You start to think of that as like potential consolidation. Yeah, bull. Yeah, every time bull gets below $15, it seems like it's a nice little scalpy. Nice little scalpy. ATLN halted up. ASBP, what are we doing? Still holding that 60? Yep. Yep. And then PPCB is trying to consolidate here. Trying to. Is this what you're referring to, Andy? This one? Jameson, are your calls, are your puts green on this one? It should have been green because we almost came back to the lows of the day for SPY. Alrighty. Elias, is this still my favorite stock? Not with silly price action like this. It's not. Right. Not if we're gonna keep retesting the bottom of the range. So for now, you want to make sure that thing stays above the 200 EMA. If we start closing below the 200 EMA, this thing might be done. Alrighty. So it needs to stay above that 200 EMA. SNGX is curling again up the VWAP here, Cal. So hopefully you took some gains on this though. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Right. So also keep in mind though, when it comes to, so the answer is yes. Right. So sometimes you have to combine consolidation with the curl as well. Alrighty. So consolidating, yes, but you also want to see some buying pressure coming in. But the answer to your question is yes. Let me take a look at EQ. Yeah, that does look nice actually. Yeah, Robert. Like it's not flying, right? The low of the day is $1.07 and the highs is $1.35, right? So it's nothing crazy. I think that's why it's not being spammed all over the place, but the chart looks okay, right? Not a crazy amount of volume. Like the average volume is 14 million. It's currently sitting at 1 million, right? So, but it's trending up nice and slowly, which is good. So ASBP is curling up the up again, demand zone 60 cents. So it's just annoying to see it come back to that level, like over and over and over again. So just annoying. Robert, what's your entry on this one on EQ? Mm-hmm. 136. Let's see. This one with a bit of an unusual volume candle here. XBP. Nothing crazy happening here though, but maybe something to keep on the watch list for now. Why is everything just going sideways now? Everything just going sideways. No. Let's see if I can. I don't understand your question, Bobby. $118, $131. Yeah, nice little play there, Robert. Very nice. Yes, because you have the 9 EMA sitting there, Bilal. Right? Because you have the 9 EMA sitting there. So it's nice. I think like names like these ones. Um, like consolidation is a pretty big deal. The way people feel is a big deal, right? Like we're playing with retail, we're playing with people, like we're playing with vibes. So I like when a stock hits the bottom, and then we can just consistently get some higher lows and higher lows and higher highs and breakouts. People stay engaged, people stay excited, right? It's a whole different story when a stock is constantly coming back to the bottom. People get tired of that stuff, and that plays a big role as well. So for now, let's hope we can stay above the bottom there, and then push back up. If not, we're gonna have a problem. Yeah, it's because of the stupid 9 EMA, and then you're building a supply zone there. So too. So 66 SNGX. Oh yeah, SNGX just said, "Hey guys, don't let me stop you from shish." I think that thing flew. SNGX. I'm surprised they haven't halted that thing with a candle like that. My goodness. Right, so a bit of a base of the view up, and then a curly back up, and then boom skis. So we made brand new highs on this candle, right? If that thing can close above in the next 40 seconds, then it's not a double top there. Peter bought the entire float. Peter bought the float. Choo, choo, choo. Probably a short giving up. Yeah, that was a nice candle. Do, 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 do. Yeah, if you're playing with ASBP, just make sure that thing doesn't create a brand new low, because if it does, you're playing with some violence. This is why it's so important to have a stop loss in the green, right? So for now, we're hoping that it can find a way to stay above this double bottom, right? But again, this is why it's so important when you're green on a position and it's stalling, it's T-rexing, right? So important to have a stop loss. So important to have a plan for your position and try and stay green. Sometimes you make $2 on your green position. Sometimes you make $100 in your green position, right? But that $2 feels good, right? Just the fact that you got in and out with money is always going to feel good. So uh, this is why I hate when people are green on positions and then they let the positions go to the abyss. Alrighty. So try not to do that. Yeah. So $5.20. $5.20. Let's see. Okay. ASTS. What do you mean, Aiden? ASTS or ASVP? ASBP, yes. ASTS, not in that. Hmm. Rob, Diamond. Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think you're referring to the SNGX one. Yeah, this one. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, the diamond candle, and then the boom skis. Yeah, I think Joel, that was more of a pre-market play than anything else, right? So this is why too, like I always remind you guys, like as much as we like to come up with a watch list on Sunday night and go from there, price action is king, right? Sometimes you're better off waking up on a Monday morning and just saying, hey, like what's performing today, and play with that. Um, it is nice though to have an idea of like what's happening with some of these names, like oh these guys are doing this on Monday, these guys are doing this is happening, right? Upcoming catalyst, right? But having a watch list with the intention of just jumping into something is always a bit dangerous. So Peter, can you buy something else so we can get some more boomskis? Buy something else. Danny, that's okay. If you don't see anything you like, that's okay. Patience. I'm the king and I have the shirt to prove it. Let's go, Dan. Come on now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What's the best compliment you got in the shirt at the gym, Dan? What did people say to you? Because I know you said you were getting ASBP still just chilling at the bottom there at 60 cents. SPY is all over the place. Almost like we're waiting for some type of data, which we're really not. But maybe we're just gonna go sideways like this for the day. I doubt it. I think at some point we're either gonna break down or break up, but yeah. Judging by how that last candle made a brand new low and then all of a sudden we're pushing back up is pretty impressive. Choo, 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 choo. AMC. uh, how great it makes my arms look. Wow. Can you believe this, Peter? He must work out. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Peter, yeah. Will it be going up more? If you can break above 520, then the answer is yes. For now, we're stalling right below supply zone. So try not to FOMO. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Stuff like this is cool, when you're in a position. But like when you're not in a position and you're looking for an entry and you're getting spiked like these ones, they're always a bit annoying. Right? So not the best when it comes to price action. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Still playing with $5 here though. That looks like resistance. 5 to 520. Excuse me, sir. Your toes. What are those? Yeah, every time SNGX pushes above $5, it seems to drop back down. But it's not giving up though. Is it holding nicely? It's holding 60 cents for now, yeah. If it makes brand new lows, then you have a bit of a problem. Stuff like ASBP, though, again, it's a little reminder why you always have to be aware and ready to exit a position. Because there are times where we're like, hey, this is our favorite stock, and that thing just cooks and cooks and cooks and cooks, right? Um, and then, so you just have to look for good entry area and then take the monies and run. There we go. Here comes that 520. He has SNGX. So let's see if it can break above it and actually close above. Nice push though. Very nice push. So the candle still needs to close above. You're in at 5.14. No, you were in sooner. Yeah, you just there goes brand new highs of the day. Whoever was asking for will it go higher? The answer to your question is yes. Yes, it's pushing higher. SNGX. SNGX. Mm-mm-mm. Type yes in the chat if you're still in SNGX. I know Austin is in there. Kel is in there. Who else is in SNGX? Okay, let's see. $5.30. Yes, 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 yes. Nice. $4, Gary. Good. Well done. It scared you? Yeah, I think it's the way that it's moving, right? It's really aggressive. Mindful. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Well done. Yeah, just keep moving those stop losses higher and take those gains on the way up if you need to. There goes Bailey. Yeah, Bailey's up 40%. I like it. Well done. What is the high? The current high is $5.36. I think you're somehow looking for a number that it's gonna go to. I don't know how you expect me to tell you that. But anyways, yeah, the high for now is 536. Hopefully there's another high after that, you know? Um yeah. Only Peter has the crystal ball. Yeah, no, the news is really good. Like the news is actually really good, right? So this is the news for SNGX, right? So FDA news, um, yeah, it's not like they've completed the the entire process. They're still in phase 2A, right? So we're moving on from that. So yeah, but that's good news for them, right? Progression. Hopefully they don't do an offering though, because these companies that progress into like the next phase like to do offerings. Hopefully they can save the offering for tonight at least. That thing is flying. SNGX flying. Woo! 565. Cooking. Yeah. High of 572 for now. Pizza, who said you could leave? Who said you're allowed to leave? Unbelievable. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do at work. Have a wonderful rest of the day, Pizza. Ready? Chat later. Yeah, names like these ones are gonna move like really quickly all over the place. So there we go. So let's see one of these candles can actually close above 550 here next. $5.50. Let's go, Winterfell. Let's go. Well done. Yeah. You know what I like about Winterfell's strategy is just the continuous in and outs, you know? The scalp piece. The scalp piece. UK 30-year inflation linked yield hit a high since 1998. Well, no comment. Ah, Dan, I had nothing to say. Nothing. It is trying to, Salat. You might be delayed, Austin, for SNGX. Mm-mm. The entire chat just joins you, you know? Anyways, here comes a retest of the highs here for SNGX. Retest of the highs, 572. Here goes brand new highs, 577. And 580 at the top there. There goes 583, 588. Looking good. Again, congratulations if you're in this one. Ready? Congrats, congrats, congrats. Here comes a test of $6. SNGX. Looking good. Woo! That thing is flying. Flying. 595. I like it. And a high of 597. So really, really good push. Right. Good. Yeah. I think the reason why you guys are quiet in the chat is because this one's had like a really weird way of pumping. So not as many people are in this as they should be, right? But that's okay though. It's still looking really good. So here comes a push for $6. $6 push. $6 push. This seems like one of those that like you're gonna get a fat green candle here. Or a rejection at 6. I am. Happy Monday, Kel. Yeah, good job. Well done. Well done, well done. I just want to see how much cash these guys actually have in the bank. SNGX. If it actually tells me that stuff without digging. It wants me to look at that. I'm not going to do that. For now, though, the stock looks really good. There goes the breakout. Yeah, $6. They're slapped. Brand new high, 618, 619, 621 at the top. Type yes in the chat if you're still in this position. Type yes in the chat if you're still in. Yeah, that's a really good push. Come on. Let's go, Chris. Well done. Yeah. Good job, Kel. I know you were waiting for this one. So make sure you There we go. Settings. Okay, perfect. Here we go. Come on. 25, Austin. Maybe once they actually get the drug FDA approved, right? Once they've completed all the phases of the studies, maybe, right? For now, $25 is a bit of a stretch, isn't it? Yeah, it does have a bit more room to the upside. Like when you look at the daily, you can easily push to 650, right? And then all the way to $8. So, but I for sure would not be diamond handing that position waiting for that though. So, because it kind of looks like we're stalling here. But yeah, so room to 650, and if we can break above 650, then there's a lot more room to the upside. So we'll see. For now, we're stalling at 620 though. I think it has more room to go to the upside. I also think you should probably move your stop loss up or you scale out on the way up. Alrighty, let's go, Joel. Let's go. Well done. So 590, and then you took $255 and out. Well done. Congratulations. Yeah. Well done, skis. You FOMOed in a little bit late, right? You got in quite a bit later on, but at least you made some monies though. So good job. Yeah. And Jeff, ooh, look at Jeff. Look at Jeff. Dang. Jeff got in at 380, right? All the way to $6.10 and took the gains. Yeah, monies. Good. So, anyways, good job on taking those gains, Joel, right? Because now we're back below your potential your last entry. So 620 resistance. Let's go. Look at that. Well done. A $500 day before 10 Central Time. Well done. Look at that. Right? You can see the stalling and then slap. So a retest here. So good job on taking your gains. Yeah. Yep. That's a nasty drop. Yeah. $500 a day. Woof. Beautiful. Beautiful. Joel, your membership has been paid for, right? Joel became a member on Friday, I think. And then up $500 today. So the membership is paid for the whole year. For the whole year. Yep. Let's see if this is just a retest though. Oh, like you played it in the same candle Winterfell. That's really criminal behavior. That is very good though. Well done. Yeah. Yeah. So you had to buy and then just run away. Hello, T Best. What's up? What's up? So again, nice little run on this one. Good news, good run. Um, very good run actually. Really, really good run on that news. And then a bit of a stall at the top and then retest, which for the most part should be expected because we barely had a dip on this thing, right? So let's see if we can stay above between this 550 and 520. Hopefully there's a bit of consolidation in between that. Dirt, Green Day, good job. Good. Where did your gains come from, Dirt? T-Best, what's going on here? Monies is what's happening. Monies. So again, let's see if we can consolidate between this 520 and 550. Alrighty, if we can, then push back towards $6 for SNGX. So that still looks good. ASBP has just done nothing, right, other than dip back to 60 and just kind of sit there. So there's really not a whole lot happening. So the one with the volume for now is even open. Like, look at that. Open ran all the way to $4 and then just kind of lost it all, right? So people just seem to be rotating to wherever the money's at, right? So for now, the money is at SNGX. Yeah, good job, Dirt. Right. So I like that you scalped that one and then you moved on to the next one. Right. Good job. Good. There's no need to sit in one name and hope that it gives you more. Right. You take the money that it's giving you and you move on, whether that's $5 or $100. Uh, you solve everything. Like you sold. Joel says, I was skeptical, folks. Buy the membership and learn how to properly make money. So much information for us. Love that. Love that, Joel. Thank you very much for the feedback. I appreciate that. There you go. So, Joel became a member on Friday. He was skeptical, but then he made $500 today, right? That's amazing. So, if you're not a member yet, you're missing out big time. So, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and come join us in Discord. Alrighty, become a legend or a gold member. Come join us. You want to learn options? We do T-Best. We don't talk about options all day. We mostly talk about options on the S&P, right? On SPY and occasionally on some of the large cap stocks. But yeah, we have a whole bunch of options videos in Discord though, and we have an options channel, and so yeah. So we do talk about options every so often. Every so often. So we're still dipping to that 520 here for SNGX. No signs of consolidating yet, right? Still creating brand new lows. So we'll see. Let's go. Yeah, look at that thing drop, right? Again, do you guys see why we keep saying like it's important to wait for consolidation, guys? Right? Do you see why? Right? So SNGX looked amazing, right? Pushed the resistance, but then look at the way the candles are dropping, right? Do you see signs of consolidating here? Or we're just hitting brand new lows and lows and lows? Right? So it's one thing to know where that support level is at, but it's another thing to actually get confirmation. Because if you don't, you have a problem. So never just blindly jump in because unless it's a massive sell off and you're planning on selling really quickly, like Winterfell. Dirt says, I paid to go to school. I love that you are not handing it to me. I have to learn. Let's go, Dirt. And I like that you're accepting of that and you're willing to take that on, right? Because some people just want to be spoon fed, like tell me when to buy and sell. That's not the way you want to do this, right? That's not the way you want to do this because there are people out there that are going to scam you, right? So and as liquidity, yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, right, Dan? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We obviously do have easy plays, you know like signals and things like that. But again, when you join this community, your focus should be education, right? Education, education. This is where you come to learn to trade. Alrighty, this is where you come to learn. So, yep, yeah, I like that a lot, Dan. Right? I paid to go to school. I love that you're not just handing it to me. I have to learn. Yep, absolutely. So we are kind of holding that 520 level for SNGX for now. Let's see if we can continue to hold above. Continue to hold above. 200 EMA 8 in. Okay, good. Yeah, I think it just had to come back and retest like that 350, which was the actual resistance from earlier. Yeah. What is the package for Legend? So when you join the Legend level, that gives you access to all the educational stuff. Like you want to learn options, right? You have options videos, right, in the education section, and then you can join Discord. So the options cooking lab and ask questions, all the questions you may have. Alrighty. So if you join the Legend level, just go to the options cooking lab and click on the pinned messages. There are a lot of videos there for you to watch, and then ask questions. Yeah, let me take a look. Yeah, I think PPCB though, Andy, like you could see it from the top, especially without a catalyst, like you could see it, you know. So that 520 is holding for now on SNGX. Holding. Don't forget to smash the like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. I would appreciate that. Take a second, smash a like, and hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And again, if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and sign up for the Legend or the Gold level. Alrighty? Cool. One recommendation I'd give for your educational videos is to divide the super long videos into smaller portions, make it way more digestible. No. Hassan, no. Because that's too much work for me to do. And also, like, usually when we pick a topic, there are a lot of questions around that topic. So I'm not going to be cutting and pasting just so you can, yeah. I just got a friend request from you. I was thinking of messing with him, saying you can give me guess my birthday, then you're the real, yeah. Kel? Yeah, no, I don't send friend requests. As soon as someone sends you a friend request, you know it's a scam, right? Yeah. As soon as they send you a friend request, that's just a guarantee scammer. So I'm definitely not gonna send anybody a friend request. But if you send me one, though, then yeah. Ooh, look at that, guys. $500. Beautiful. Yeah. It's nice to see some of the gold members, cook like nicely like that. Then you know that the education is really helping, and that's always a good thing, right? It's always a good thing. Like that gold membership gets paid for in yeah. Yeah. For BTC, I know, right? I'm asking for everyone's BTC. No, I definitely don't want anybody's Bitcoin. Keep your crypto, please. Uh, I got a so I don't know if this is we're only talking about random stuff like this because the market really isn't moving right now. But I got an email from the YMCA because that's the gym I go to. They're like, um, important updates about your YMCA membership, right? Um, as a registered charity, I'm gonna skip some of those. As a registered charity, the YMCA is continuously adjusting to inflation, tariffs, and tariff impact, and the increase of cost of operation and blah blah blah. I'm like, what do you mean tariffs? Like, how does the YMCA get impacted by tariffs and inflation? I mean, inflation, that makes sense, but since when did Did everybody start adjusting for inflation? But isn't inflation? Oh, anyways, they seem to do that like every 6 months. Like, I want to see what the change is though. Like, what's the fee structure? It's fun to stay there at the YMCA. No. Uh, the equipment, maybe. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, you workout equipment from China. Yeah, probably. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. It looks like WGRX is slowly curling up the bottom here, which is nice. Let me take a look at code X. I know we talked about this one a lot last week. Not horrible. Still in that same range from last week though. Be honest. And get on Discord for 30 minutes and then go back home. I've done that once, Dan. Just once though. Just once. I got to the gym, right? I was pretty exhausted. I got to the gym and then I was tired. This had to be like maybe like a few years ago. Like it's one of those like 16-hour stream days, you know? Like I was tired and I was like, you know what? I really need to get like to working out. So then I went to the gym and I sat in the parking lot and like I had like maybe like 2 hours of sleep or 4 hours of sleep. Then I sat there, then I took a nap, and then I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back home. Then I drove back home. uh, but then again, the YMC is like 5 minutes away, so it's not like I drove 30 minutes away to drive back home. anyways, anyways, come on, SNGX, give us that curl here. Something give us a curl. So no IPOs today. We do have some of the names on the list though. Um, but nothing's been priced, right? Nothing's been priced for any day this week, so we're just gonna have to wait. There's nothing for sure today. Nothing for sure today. So yeah, SNGX is trying to hold that 520, and then WGRX is also trying to push back above the VWAP. Dan. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. And this one's not looking too bad. It just doesn't have amazing volume for the breakout. We went from like a pretty fun day at the open to like slow until lunchtime. Pretty fun open to slowness. ASBP is still just chilling here at 60 cents. Quite annoying, isn't it? The S&P is doing the exact same thing everything else is doing. And BTC has been absolute garbage with that dip. Garbage. So yeah, we need something else. Patrick, welcome back. It's a bit slow for now. A bit slow. Okay. SNGX. I think the reason why it's doing that is because it hasn't really broken above the 9 yet, and or the kernel, but it is still holding that 520 though, right? It's one of the better looking names. Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Dave. Hey yo, how are you? So we're fighting for that 520 here for SNGX. There we go, 540, 545. Yeah, yeah. That's a nice little pop. Yeah, 550. Not horrible, right? At least something's bouncing up the damn support. Okay. So 550. There we go. See, we can actually reclaim 550 and stay above it. But again, you can see that consolidation though, right? So even if you are wrong, you know where to put a stop loss right below, right? So when it's dropping like this on the left hand side, right? You don't want to take the risk of just jumping in. Like, look at that, right? When you see those red candles, like, why are you doing that, right? So whereas you can see that it actually has a bit of support at 520, right? So even if it is playing games day, at least you have a better chance of success, right? Because you've had consolidation, right? So we're testing a bit of a downtrend there though, which is yeah, that's a nice little pop. Winterfell 550, 70, 2 seconds. Yeah, bit of a lock on the breakout there, but that's still good though. Uh, you're asking if it's going to 720? What's your entry price on SNGX? What's your entry price? Above $6, Austin? How come you're not a member yet, Austin? What are you waiting for? BLK? Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Yeah, that 520 was a good spot. Who else bought at 520? So BLK bought that 520. Anybody else buy the dip? 422? Good job. Beautiful. See, I don't think you should be worried about $7.20. I think you should be moving your stop loss up. Alrighty, just move your stop loss up. Cool. CM 521. Yeah. 529, Hassan. Yeah. Look at that, guys. 529. Let's go, Tony. Yeah. Good job. And again, what I like is you guys are not diamond handing, right? Look at that. You take your gains. You take your gains. You take your gains. You take your gains. Right? These names are all playing games. So you play games too. So don't just sit there and wait for it. Alrighty. So 520 was a good spot, right? We consolidated at that level and then popped to test the trend line. So good job on scalping. IT recruiter ASBP updates. What's your position? It's not really doing much other than just holding the 60 cents ish level, right? So it doesn't look horrible, but it's also not giving us a whole lot. What's your entry price though? What's your position? 550, 557. Bilal, well done. Good job. Good job. Friday, yeah. Mm, Andy, 65 cents. Okay. Yeah, you really need that thing to break out because your entry is a bit of a sus area there. Yeah, ASBP is still just playing with the 50 EMA. Where's Virus? Virus is probably in the cooking lab, maybe? Cooking labs. in the cooking lab, cooking options. Oh, he was cutting his grass. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, Virus is getting ready to sell the house, so probably super busy with that. And then yeah, 69 cents. Yeah, your entry is a bit high, isn't it? Yeah, your entry is a bit high. I think for now, again, if I was in this position at 69 cents, I needed to stay above 57.50. If it breaks below that level, I probably close it because we're going to 50 cents. And I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to deal with that thing to 50 cents. So the easier trade was this morning, and then you know, easier trade was this morning in pre-market and after the open. That beautiful run. But yeah, 69 cents. And the entry's always been closer to 60 cents, like we've said, right? Closer to 60 cents. So, but now it needs to kind of stay above. Testing. I'm trying to Craig, before Dan starts roasting. Yeah, PPCB with a bit of a bounce there. So this is kind of looking at the same thing we talked about earlier, right? So now you need that breakout, 720, and then it pushed closer to $8. Tony. SNGX is trying to decide if it wants to crash back down below 520 or give us a higher low. Yeah, IT. I answered your question already. What does large whale alert mean? It means that someone just bought a big position. Um, that's what it means. Someone just bought a big position. Yep. No, I'm innocent, Tony, not me. Dan's the whale. Dan's the whale. No, not like Grim. Grim's a big whale. Yeah. Is it's calling you again? Yeah, it's trying to hold that demand zone, so hopefully it actually stays above. I hate when stocks just constantly come back and retest the same spot, but this is only the second time this one's testing for the most part, right? So let's hope we can stay above that 520 and then go for another run. What's the S&P doing here? Yeah, SPY selling off again to the lows here. Jameson, are you still in your puts? Yep, exactly, ST. We need higher lows. We need, just get away from the bottom. Yep. Get away from the bottom. There we go. Trying to reclaim 550. Okay. And then break above this little downtrend we have here. Right? Can we get a breakout? Winterfell? If I search criminal on social media, your face is going to show up. You know that, right? If I make a payment to join Legend, am I a member from now? T-Best, yes. You are a member. Then I'm gonna send you the Discord link, and you just have to follow it to give you the Discord memberships in Discord. Alrighty, so Yes. Let's go. Tony also did a thank you peacefully with all around him. Yeah. And sometimes that's that's all you can ask for. Very sad though. Let's go. Winterfell. Winterfell is becoming a goat. Yeah. Imagine how much more goats criminal Winterfell is gonna be. Right? Yeah. I like it. Yeah, Codex is trying to push up there still. So nothing crazy, right? It's 34 cents, and there's a fat supply zone up there, so that thing's gonna have a hard time unless it gets a lot more volume. But it is trying. It is trying. No, I seriously think though, like if you are struggling, you like, especially if you're struggling, you probably sign up for Goat for a month, and that's gonna change the way you trade. Um, some. But if you're constantly losing money and complaining, then I will find you. Alrighty. What is the difference between gold and legend? The one and ones, yeah, Andy. The one and ones. We need to add some more like gold benefits. But we need to add like another YouTube, like another membership level. Because you guys were asking for like gold, like group classes basically. So like a different level. Um, if we had to add like another membership level, like another benefit, what would you guys like? Just asking, right? Here goes WGRX here, 97, 98. Nice little pop. Yeah. But yeah. You're not stupid, Villa. Villa says I consider myself stupid sometimes, but Go changes the game for you. It really does. It really does. If you're not a Goat member, yeah. Except for Dan. Let's go. No, I completely agree. I think it's nice to have a conversation with someone, and yeah, I think it's nice to sometimes have a conversation and just try and come up with a strategy, right? So, if you're not sure how to upgrade your membership, these are the instructions. Alrighty, how to upgrade your membership. These are the instructions. No, 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 no. This one here. Alrighty, if I can zoom in correctly. This is all Dan's fault, by the way. So yeah, so this, right? So it doesn't happen in Discord, right? It happens on YouTube's. Alrighty. So you go to the YouTube channel, right? Underneath the membership section on YouTube, and you click on perks, right? So click on see perks, right? See perks, and then select the level you want, and then click on change level. Sometimes it doesn't work on the computer, so you want to use the app, right? Sometimes it doesn't work on the app, you want to use your computer, your phone, right? So, yeah. So if it doesn't work on one platform, just try the next one or try a different browser. But that's how you upgrade your membership. Alrighty. And if it's not working, then sometimes you can cancel. Um, and then just sign up for the new level. But sometimes you have to wait for like a few days to sign up for the new level if you do cancel. So it's always easier to find a way to upgrade. Let's go, Bilal. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. If purchased on Android device, must cancel and then buy the level you want. Isn't that crazy, Dustin? Like it can't be that simple. Like, isn't that crazy that you can't just follow the steps and it works on every device? Like, it's just a bit on the silly side. Anyways, SNGX is looking good, guys. So that second retest of the bottom was nice, wasn't it? So if you bought the dip again at 520-ish, type yes in the chat for SNGX. Type yes in the chat if you bought the dip skis again. Donovan, good scalp. So 570 is still the next resistance here. So at least for now, the level's working. Yeah. Let's see. Yes in the chat. Jay, yes in the chat. Yeah, so there's a bit of a double top here, guys. For SNGX, so we need to break above that level, and then we can start pushing for the next resistance. The next resistance. For tomorrow, no. Yeah, no. If you have to, when you upgrade, you have to wait a few days. A few days to like a week is what you have to wait for, uh, to actually have a one-on-one. Sometimes it's available the next day if someone cancels, but usually not. What happened, Dan? 3133. What did you get into? Yes. Yes. Here goes a retest of that breakout. I'm gonna put another line here just so it's visually. Yeah, you can clearly see that double top, right? For SNGX, so that's not a level to be jumping in. Not a level to be jumping in. Speaking of levels, though, so if we had to add a level, right, between like legend and goat, or above goat, right? What would you guys like? Is there something that you think would be beneficial? I think we're good for now, right? But because I know people have been asking for group classes, but I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, so yeah, between or above, and like what are the benefits? Think about it and let me know. Yeah, so double top. I needs that breakout. You can call it the above. Above would be the Dan and Yogi level. Virus OnlyFans 1 week trial. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so we're looking for $1.05 here on this one now. WGRX. So that's the actual double top. I think Andy, you're still in this one, right? Is that you, Andy? Andy, is that Dan in the chat? I don't think that's Dan. Is Dan Andy? Dan might be Andy, like the other Dan. Hmm. Hopefully you didn't sell that position though. You got out. What did you get out at? La. Between. So between and then special classes and exclusive hot signals. Okay, 102. That's not bad, Andy. Good job. Yeah, from 95. Yeah, good job. Your entry was a bit dangerous, wasn't it, Andy? Right, but you pulled it. You pulled it off. So good job. Yeah, I like the idea of like special classes. I like it. Yep. Yeah, I like the idea of special classes. Yeah, Andy, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Yeah, we bake cookies, Jay. Yeah. That's okay though, Andy. You walked away with some monies, right? And then now it has a triple top there. So there's a lot of resistance right around like $1.08. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Come join us in Discord. Do, 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 do. Not necessarily live. Yeah, 5 to 10 people in a group class call is hard. Yeah, I think the idea of like special classes. I think that's my favorite one for now because again we get to just focus on like very specific education, right? I like it. Yep, work. I like that idea. One-on-one roasting. Yep. Do, 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 do. No, it did have to be like live classes, Rob. Yeah, live classes. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I think I like the idea like of like a membership that's in between, and and then we do like special classes, but then we also go back and like review all of the like the best performing stocks, and look for those entries and exits. I think that'd be yeah, like at the end of like every day or like at the end of the week, right? We keep track of like the best performing stocks and then we just follow the price action, and talk about entries and exits. Yeah, I like yeah, cool, cool, cool. And if it's in between, obviously the goats would benefit from that too. Yeah. So the goats would be in on that, obviously, and the lifetime members would be in that, obviously. What just happened? My candle's just okay. Never mind. There we go. There goes 108. This thing is fighting, Andy. Fighting. What time do you usually start? So the stream usually starts around like 9:10 Eastern time, unless Dan's late. Um, but Discord is 24/7, Raymond. 24/7. Yeah. Discord is 24/7. We don't stream in Discord, right? It's more like chats, right? But it's very, very important. Yeah. La, 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 la. Here comes 108 again. And then SNGX, guys, this is why it's important to take your gains, right? Look at this. This is the third time now we're dropping back to 520-ish, right? You cannot just sit there and hope, right? So you lock in those gains. Lock in the gains, right? You can see the double top, you can see the T-Rexing, and then slap, right? And like I said, I don't like when a stock is always coming back to retest the bottom because eventually it breaks down. Eventually. So just be careful there. Yep. And Rob has been amazing. Rob, are you in the chat? Like Dr. Rob. Rob has been amazing. Amazing with like in pre-market aspect. Amazing. So thank you again very much. Amazing. Love it. I always wake up, and I see the and a lot of you criminals are chatting, right? Winterfell has been nice, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is nice. So the people have been cooking in pre-market. Thank you. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Yeah. Choo. Do, 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 do. Why, Varun? What happened? More every day? Exactly, exactly. Which is amazing. Yeah, I always wake up and watch you guys. Make sure yeah. But then you guys got it and you're cooking, so then I'm like, okay, bye guys, bye bye. So you know what's crazy is SNGX is still holding that bottom again, right? That 520 has just become such a solid level now. Yeah. Insomnia. Uh, there we go. Back to 540. Did anybody buy the dipskis again? First time trading. Should you jump into etiquette? I think you should join us in Discord and go through some educational material, etiquette. Come join us before you jump into anything. Right? Education and then monies. Well, Luna's back from vacation. Yeah. 22 hours of productivity. Do you actually sleep though, Rob? Like, do you sleep in the middle of the day or like after the market closes? Like, when do you sleep? Because I don't think you sleep. Yeah, I don't think you sleep. So here comes $5.40. Yeah. Dustin, I think so too. I think so, Tony. uh, yeah, 1:30 to yeah, yeah. Make sure you take care of yourself though. Make sure you get some sleep when the market's closed. Yeah. EQ with a push for the highs of the day. Push for the highs of the day. Mm. Yeah. And Andy, good thing you sold this position, right? We're back to 97. So as annoying as it is, Bitcoin is at least back to 116 now, so that's okay. The S&P is just going sideways today. Like there's nothing happening. Like zero. Zero. I wonder why. Maybe it's because we have Jackson's Hole coming in at the end of the week. I think Jackson's Hole is a problem. Remember the last time we had Jackson Hole, the market was bloody. So I think we're going into Jackson's Hole this week. Uh, with the expectation that the Fed should sound dovish and plan for rate cuts in September, right? So maybe that's what the market's waiting for, to hear what he's going to say about Jackson's Hole. Um, anyways, come on, Rob, you're making it weird. I have an idea. Monday Goat's Power Hour. Let's see. Doo, 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 doo. Maybe Suck Monkey, maybe. Um, yeah, because that's gonna coincide with like one-on-one time. So that's what I would need to figure out. uh, Zelensky meeting. Okay. 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 Yeah, the market does seem like it's waiting for something. Uh, does anyone have a problem finding the settings in Discord? Your settings is on the bottom left. If you're on the computer, there's like a settings wheel. If you're on your phone, it's gonna be on the bottom right. Um, when you click on the Hot Rates logo on the left, it's gonna be on the bottom right. You just need to click on like your profile picture, Carl. Yeah, he does then. Yellowstone, isn't that where it's at? It's close to that, isn't it? Jackson's Hole, close to Yellowstone. Anyways, let's probably stop talking about Jackson's Hole because An open forum for guardians, like not nobody else chatting in there. That would make it hard though, Sarah, because then they'd have to type in multiple channels, like not just Stock General now, because they can't type in the other ones. uh, yep. No, EQ's done well with the breakout. SNGX needs to give us a breakout here too, though. Uh, Prasad, okay. But no one is la 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 la. Yeah, after the PPI data, yeah, I don't know. Yup. If the Fed cuts the rates, then the market's gonna react really nicely to it, at least initially. But if they don't, we might see some blood. We might see some blood, because I think that's when, the last few months everybody's been expecting September, right? September. So if we get any, like, indication that the Fed isn't going to do that, we might have some violence. It might be time to buy the dipskis again. Yep. Powell just seems like the type of guy that's not gonna. He seems like the type of dude that's not gonna do it. But anyways. Oh my goodness, Dan. Shish. My goodness. That sounds very suspicious. So it looks like SNGX is still doing a good job. Winterfell, did you get back in again at 520-ish? Did anybody get back in on SNGX? When do you unlock? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. When do you unlock? As hell. Let's go. Oh yeah, Velvet. Yeah, there you go. HTX. There needs to be a better HTX thing. I think Monday and Fridays are on. There you go, 560. There we go. SNGX is looking nice. And you made, let's go, Carl. Give me a high five. Yeah. Well done. I like it. before scam IPO. Yes. IPO, please. No, I don't think we couldn't IPO. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but I don't want all of that drama. Good idea. Yep, nice little gold candle there. But every time we get close to 570, 580, we seem to go back down. So just be careful. Alrighty. So 520 has been good. 570, 580 has been a problem. But then you can do an offering. Winterfell, day one. Well, day one, $100 million at 2 pennies. And then we can all retire, you know? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ah, unbelievable. No, it would not be. Dan, it would be HTX or something else. It'd be the thrust, you know? Thrust. Two, 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 two. Yeah, MB's been doing good. I have it up there somewhere. Master Beef. Yeah, that's been a really good base, actually. Look at that consolidation, right? This is why we say don't catch the knife, wait for the base. Oh, dang it, Winterfell. uh, dang it. Well, okay. What about H? It would just be HT then. HT. Nice pop. The only downside again is the supply zone that we're approaching. Yeah, it's a double top 620. There we go. How about PPCB? PPCB is not doing anything. Not doing anything. So this thing needs to break above 710, 720 again if it wants to move. So not a whole lot happening there for now. SNGX is just doing the exact same thing, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. So yeah, the more it does this, the more likely it is that it will end up breaking the bottom. But for now, it still looks okay. Where's MB going? Well, it's sitting in a red zone, a supply zone, so it needs to break out Aluka. Alrighty, so good base, good bottom, right? You can see the bottom consolidating, and then now you can see the red zone, right? So the green zone's been pretty nice. So if you're buying in the green zone, pretty nice, right? Now you have the double top there, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. So if we can, it's actually halted up, right? So if we can break above that and close above 720, then you're looking for 710, the actual high. Alrighty, so yeah, that was a good bottom though, really good bottom there. Yeah, MB's halted. It took me a second there, KB. Yeah, there we go. MB, Master Beef. Uh, there we go. Let's see. SNGX is my goodness. Can this thing just break out of the range? It's not like we're asking for a whole bunch, you know. It's not like we're asking for a lot. It's just asking for boomskis. Just asking for boomskis. Oh yeah, that's right. T-Best. That's right. That's right. That is right. So T-Best, I'm gonna send you an invite to Discord. Alrighty. So this is your invite already. So click this invite at the bottom of the chat and follow the steps in the getting started channel. If you're not sure what to do, there's a video in the getting started channel that explains everything you need to do and all the channels and where you need to go already. So again, T-Best, click that link, go to the getting started channel, watch the video at the bottom. It's gonna walk you through everything. All right. I like that we have a video now, like Austin. I know that's a good idea. And what? And thrust. I like it. Yeah. So here comes another retest of the bottom of the zone again. MB is unhalted and broke above that 620 and then pushed all the way to 640 there. So, but it's still a supply zone, so be careful, right? Still a red zone here. So, yep. Looking good though. Looking good. Here we go. Went 720, right? So 620 and then 710. Nice little pop. That thing said, let me cook. Let me cook. So yeah, looking good there, MB. Luke, are you in a position? Are you in this one? There we go. 680. That's a very nice breakout. uh, don't listen to Rob Dan. Don't listen to him. Good push. Yeah. So that breakout of 620 was a nice little breakout there. And then obviously the actual like high is closer to $7 here, right? So anywhere in this range. Alrighty. So really, really nice push. Maybe even two. Yeah, MB has done well. 680. Uh, okay. 520, Luca. Well done. Congratulations. Yeah, regardless of what happens, you should be green in this position. So good job. Good jobs. Hmm. Hmm. And again, guess what? Back to 520 and holding 520 again on this stupid stock. You did. You have multiple accounts. I think that's the why you've been having an issue. But I gave you manual access anyways, though, right, Greg? So you should be good. Unless you just want to connect it, which yeah, you probably should connect. Yeah. You did, Winterfell? Criminal. Criminal. Mm. Are you planning on scaling out, Luca? Taking some gains off the table as we stall a bit here, right below that double top. Good, good. Yeah, just let me know when it renews, Greg. Otherwise, it's gonna kick you out for some reason, Let's see what else. Yeah, if that candle closes below 520 there, Winterfell, they might just slap this thing back below $5. So it better hold. It better hold. Yeah. Quitty, yeah, it needs to hold here and start curling back up like now because it's been here too many times, right? You don't want it to just constantly keep testing because eventually people get tired of buying the same spot, right? So that thing needs to get moving here, like now, now, now. Now, now, now. MB is still looking good though, still fighting for the top there. Yeah, yeah. The good thing is you're still getting like higher lows, right? The bottom of the candles are still creating highs, right? So here we go retesting the actual top, right? So that's the good thing here is that you're still creating higher lows. You're not exactly creating red candles and but still resistance. Uh, there we go. Ooh, that thing said bye bye. That thing said, let me pump, please. Let me pump. Forget that level, right? So 620 broke and then straight to 710, which was the actual high. Right. So yup, Luca. Maybe a good time to scale out if you haven't already, or just move that stop loss up at least, right? So the good thing about this one is even though we're at resistance at a double top, you can still see that the candles are creating higher lows, right? And then you can see the diamonds below the candles, right? You can see the diamonds below the candles. What do the diamonds mean? It means thrusties. 726, 730. Forgive me for now. That's okay. That's okay. Get some ice cream or something, under the sun. Get some ice cream. Yeah, look at SNGX, right? This was the concern. If we keep testing the bottom, eventually people get annoyed and it drops below. Right? Let's go, Patrick. Patrick says it feels good to have a nice green day and be out of all positions. I like that a lot. Well done. Patrick, give me a high five. Yeah, love it. It does feel good to have a green day. So it's not always about the monies. Just having a green day is a good thing. So yeah, MB is cooking then. Cooking. 750 MB. Your next supply zone looks like it's actually halted up now. So MB is yeah, MB is halted up. Type yes in the chat if you're still in MB. My goodness, Luca's smiling now. He's smiling. Type yes in the chat if you're still in MB. Now look at those candles. Like it's just consistent green candles, right? Like that actually looks really nice. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. No red candles in sight. Just boom skis. Don't let this thing halt down though, because if it does, you're gonna regret. You're gonna feel some violence. Master beef. Yeah, you're gonna cry. Yeah, especially when like it hasn't had any red candles, so then people start panicking. Right? They're like, uh oh, right? So, yep. So now we wait for the on halt. Now we wait. Yeah, get a different broker. Schwab is anyway. Get a different broker, especially if you're looking for trades. 720. So yeah, love it. Good job, Luca. Very nice. Come back again. I don't like that it's creating a brand new low, Sammy. Stop loss 725. You guys all have the same stop loss now. Good job, though. Good job. So we wait. Uh, A bit of unusual volume on this one here. MYO on the specific candle. MYO. Let me take a look. The volume isn't super amazing here, but interesting. Let me see what the 4-hour chart looks like here. Uh, okay. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the other name here. 736, 734 Hurricane. Not exactly what you want to see there. There we go. Carl. Yeah, there goes the on halt. Did that thing drop to 720, or did it stay above with your stop loss? There it goes back to 750, 770. Shish. 780. MB is cooking him. Cooking MB. There goes $8, guys. My goodness, that thing is flying. It cooked you? Damn. Yeah, that's frustrating when it does that, and it doesn't just on hold and open at $8. It drops before the pump. I think you still did really well though, Luca. Congratulations. That was a really good scalp. Yeah, very good scalp. Yeah, I think you should be very happy still. right? Yeah, there goes another push. There we go. $8.10. You just came across it in Discord. Do you use the Bobe algo? Velvet? You know what? I think I do. Yes, 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 yes. That's the only thing I use. Make sure you watch that video, Velvet. Already? Yeah, watch that video I posted yesterday, please, please, pretty please. Pretty please. There we go. Yeah, no, I think I talked about the Bulbe algo, and how to get it, and all the other, all the other stuff in there too. So yeah, that video basically explains every channel in Discord and what's in them. Yeah, MB is really strong. Like, look at this. The last time we had a red candle was all the way down there before the breakout at around $5. Eventually, I think we're gonna get a nasty drop here because we are close to that supply zone. But my goodness, yeah, I think this is a pretty good spot to be locking in gains, though. So, pretty good spot to lock in gains. Out at $8, Arbred. Good job. Good job. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Extra 18 or 18%. 2 cents. Yeah, it's one of those things though, right? Like usually when a stock on halts, you want it to keep pumping up if it was halted up, right? Sometimes when it's dropping like that, you don't want to be in there because it can halt down and then now you're stuck. So yeah, frustrating. Yeah, there's an article that the CEO, if you look at some of the SEC filings, the CEO was buying some of this, right? The CEO of this company was buying some of their own stock. So I think that's interesting. I bet you that's why the stock started to curl back up today, right? Is it a coincidence though that like they're buying at a double bottom? I think not. Yeah. The last time we were at this level was in 2023 of October. So definitely something interesting to watch, right? MYO. It would be nicer closer to $1 though, right? Or break above like $1.15 maybe. So for now, it's just something to put on the watch list and watch. And if it can break out, you can see that resistance, right? I say $1.15, more like $1.20 probably. But yeah, it needs to break out and or dip closer to $1. Yeah. Spies are slowly coming back up because that's what SPY does today. It goes up and down, and then MB, yeah, a little bit Tony, isn't it? Bit of a T-Rex. Yeah, you can smell the dips coming. You can smell them. But yeah, that would have been a good spot to take some gains. No, 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 no. VTAK, finally getting back to $4. Yeah, This one's just been really slow today. So if it can break out above the supply zone, that's the same level we were looking at in the morning. So if it can break out, then maybe the volume will come back to this name. SNGX again earlier, right? Like we said, as soon as you break below this level, you don't want it anymore, right? Because they're just gonna slap it to the 200 EMA. So 475, right? MB, surprise, surprise, surprise. Good job again, Luca. Look at this, right? So this thing just went from $8.20, not 8.20, but close, all the way down to $7, right? So they slapped it. Can you explain a T-Rex? A T-Rex is when you're watching a stock, right? And it's getting to a point where like it's stalling, right? Like it's just sitting there. So this is a perfect example of a T-Rex. Like it's moving up nice and easy, up, 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 and then all of a sudden you're like, what the hell is happening? Why am I waiting for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? Why are we just chilling here, right? We're stalling, right? We're fighting resistance, and usually that comes with a slap. So we call it a T-Rex. So it's visually, so it's easier to remember. Just so you know, violence is coming, right? When you're watching Jurassic Park and you hear T-Rex coming, what do you think is going to happen? Blood, right? So when we say T-Rex, it's not that it means anything to the chart, it just means violence is coming. So that's what a T-Rex means. Yep. Patrick, yeah, when you see those baby arms, blood is coming. It's your blood. It's SNGX dead. I don't know if we can ever say anything's dead, but it's not looking amazing. So need to sold out or wait. Lewis, these are questions you should know before you get into the position though, right? So what's your position? Let me know and then we'll take a closer look. But when you're asking that question when we've already been dropping and dropping and dropping, do I sell now? This is not the right time to ask. Right? That question should be coming as soon as you get into the position. Yeah, you got in at 505. Okay. Yeah, at that point it was already below the bottom, right? So it wasn't an amazing entry. What's your stop? What are you thinking of a stop loss? Like, what's your stop loss at? Is to discuss taking a 10% stake in Intel, INTC. Yeah, yeah. They posted that last week, Dan. They never specified, so I think they might have. Yeah, they never specified the stake, so I think they just did. 450 is your stop loss. Again, I think your entry was below support, so even though it's $5, I don't like it, right? And your stop loss is 450, which is right where the view up is sitting at. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're okay with that stop loss, I think you have enough room where we should be able to bounce back to $5 before we get to 550. I hope. Ready? So let's all hope together. Luis. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dan. Hopefully the yeah, spies back to the 200 EMA and playing games there. But yeah, no. In terms of like adding a brand new membership level, though, like for the classes and other things, I'll think about it more. Just because it's gonna add more stuff to like because then maybe yeah it's maybe then we're doing a class every weekend. What if I'm not available on the weekend, right? um what if I just want to relax? What if I'm not available at the end of the day to do like a breakdown on a stock, right? So yeah, well I'll think about it. um yeah, that's what I said, Dan. It's more work if I add another level of membership, the hopium level for Yola Place. Yeah, yeah. Mm. I do think the idea. I can think it's a really good idea though. I think we could do like a class every weekend, you know. And then I think it'd be really beneficial, like really like more than beneficial, to at the end of the week go back and look at like the stocks that performed and look at every entry and exit, right? Or at the end of every day, go back and look at MB and say, okay, this would have been a good buy because of this and this and this. This would have been a good sell, you know? I think that would be invaluable. Michelle? Aisha, hide on here. Let's go. Are you in spy protocols, Michelle? But yeah, I think they're really really good ideas. Really really good. Like a recap class. Yeah, I think a class would be amazing. I think the idea of it makes me excited too. Yeah, VTAK is pushing there. Yeah, Austin, nice pop. Winterfell, yeah. See if this candle can close above that supply zone. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the only downside, Sock Monkey, is we don't have all the like the time. But I really want to do something like that though. Really, really want to do something like that because I think people are gonna really learn from that, and our members are gonna be cooking. Like if we can go back at the end of the day and say, okay, this wasn't a buy because of this and this and this, but this was, right? Yeah, Paula. Yeah, 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 exactly. So yeah, it's definitely something to think about. Rob and I can do that. Maybe like at the end of the week, we pick like the top name from every day, like the best performer every day, and then do a recap at the end of the week, right? It shouldn't take that long, but yeah, I like that idea a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Okay, we'll see. We shall see. Let's go, Doctor Rob. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some cookies. Are you going to do these classes in between naps at the gym? Parking? No, Pyro. It would probably be best to do them at the end of every week, at the end of like every week. Luca, good job again on taking your gains. Good job. Good job, everybody. Yeah, some of you guys sold in the eights, right? So perfect. But again, you can see the T Rex guys, right? I think this is why a class would be like a focused class would be good, right? So we can just talk about stuff like this. But so yeah, that was a good sell, right? So the T Rex works, right? The T Rex was a perfect exit, right? So and then drop it to retest the VWAP. The VWAPs, would that be like a podcast? No, it would be like a group class. Tony, it would be like a group class in like one of the channels. It'd have to be like a brand new voice channel. We would have to rename like the futures channel because some futures people don't use it, so we'd have to rename that or something. Alrighty, and then we'd call that membership like a different name or something. I don't know what we'd call it, but yeah. Wow, not wow. It's not being used, so it would have to go. So we're not creating, a whole bunch of other channels. What? You guys don't stream futures in the futures channel, so what's this surprise? The wind and the storm. Yeah, really, Raven. Dang. Yeah, be hopefully it goes away. Yeah. The genius level. I like it. I like it. Yep. Mm, yeah. The thrusters. I like it. No, I think yeah, especially like when you're I think that'd be a benefit for the gold members as well already though. If you're a gold member you get those benefits. I think it'd be good though because um, because you have one-on-ones, but you only have one-on-ones twice a month, right? It's nice to go back and look at these stocks and talk about entries and exits. Yeah, I think that'd be a good tool. Yeah, I like this idea a lot. I just have to think of we would do this on the weekend, right? Like Saturday morning or something. We would, you know, or like a Friday night, right? Friday at the end of the day, we would go back and look at the whole week and just pick one name from every day for the week. If it was a boring week, we'd pick a few stocks and just go back, right? Just go back and review on that specific day. How could we have stayed in that stock longer, or was it just a scalp in and out? Where was the entry? Where was the exit? Right? Stuff like that. So I like that idea. And then like I think we like do that, and then specific like classes. Like if you have a class idea, I think this would be the level that we focus on that specific topic, right? And then with the legend membership, we would just do Q&As, like just a general Q&A, like we have been doing, right? Q&A for the legend members, and then specific topics for the new. Yeah, you like the idea? I like the idea a lot. I like it. So I'll think about it a bit more, but I like it. I think we should do it. You know, like an extra 30 minutes, an hour on a Friday, every Friday, to review the trades. I think would be very, very good. Or Saturday morning would be very, very good. So for the yeah, there you go. Sometimes in stock general trading day. Yeah, yeah, but that's different though. Like Shima, those are your trades, right? And it's not like a learning, like, hey, this is where you should have bought, this is where you should have sold, right? That's just your personal stuff, right? Anyways, we'll see. Type yes in the chat if you're interested in that though. So that would be the level between the legend and the goat, I guess. Type yes in the chat if you're interested in something like that. If not, we can just move on, right? Because we uh yeah. Okay. Dang it. I was hoping someone would say no. Why can't you guys just say no? Rob, you better get ready to work. Get ready to work, Robs. Yeah, no, I think it's a really good idea though. I think it's good for everybody, including me, like everybody, because we're always constantly learning. Constantly learning from. That's how we come up with strategy, right? I knew something was coming. That's how we learn, like just going back and reviewing these trades, right? And then you pick out a few things every so often. Just kidding. Yes. Uh, yeah, let's go. Going over the trades at the end of the day, Shima, I agree. I agree. I agree. So we came back for a retest on MB, right? So this last level here, 690 to $7, basically a retest. So we failed at the top. We just came back for a retest. SNGX is just garbage, isn't it? Right. So this is what I mean. Like as soon as SNGX breaks below that support, you don't want it anymore. You really don't want it, right? Because now MB is the one that's getting the attention, and this one's just dropping. So, and the annoying thing with your stop loss is it still hits at 450, right? You know what's crazy is like, regardless of where you put your stop loss, chances of your stop loss hitting like 90%, like almost 100%, right? Like your stop loss, like the odds of your stop loss hitting are so high, right? So that's why like when you set a stop loss, you almost want to make sure that it's somewhere that you're going to be happy with it, you know? Because if you buy something at $6 and it's at $7, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to put my stop loss at 610, you're giving it so much room, right, to come down, and then you be annoyed. So I'd rather you have that stop loss at 650, Patrick, let's go. Carry on. Then you don't need to no. So no, that would have to be a new membership level, a more expensive level, Brian. It's not a it wouldn't be a legend benefit. The legend benefit would be like a Q&A, right? Once a month we do a Q&A, right? Everybody Q&A questions, right? But Tony, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Can't believe we haven't done that already though. Like go back and review the trades, you know? Like we do that on one-on-ones, right? Like we do that on one-on-ones with the gold members. So yeah. Mm-mm. Yep, I agree, Rob. Okay, well, I know Jill has been asking for this one, by the way. Jill has been asking for this. So the only reason we're talking about this is because Jill has been asking, and a few more of you guys have been asking. So that's why. That's why. That is why. You're delayed, by the way, Jill. Uh, want. No, you're fine. You're fine, Shima. The sniper level. Kel? The sniper level. I like the names. There goes MB bouncing up that retest. I would have bought a SNGX around this point, Patrick. Love it. Right? So that's the point, right? Education, education, education. And you take the leap of faith, you know, and then we do the rest. Yeah, it actually looks like we held that we didn't touch 450, right? So 450 was the next support, right? Because of the VWAP. So it looks like we bounced at 451, which is good for that 450 stop loss. So let's hope it can stay above the VWAP. The VWAP is like the final line in the sand here for this one. If it breaks below, it's dead. So better stay above 450 there. MB is obviously creating an algo downtrend now, right? So it's going to need to break, right? So if I can get it to work, perfect, right? So you can kind of see the algo downtrend that it's forming there, right? So it's going to need to break above, right? So resistance, and then we're testing it again right there. So if it can break and close above that, then yeah, maybe Luca, right? So, and look at that, it's failing again on the downtrend. So it's holding that 690, which was the retest line at the bottom, the white line, but it also needs to break the downtrend that it's creating. Why is a listing on another exchange, like in Hong Kong, maybe? Okay, there we go. Mm, okay, perfect. Ooh, there was a site that I wanted to add to Discord. Completely forgot. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, so MB is Frankfurt. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Yeah, there goes the downtrend fail, right, for MB. So that's not really a big surprise there. So you have your downtrend confirmation there, right? So unless it breaks and closes above, it's not ready for anything. So that's probably going to be the battle now. So instead of the support, it's going to be the downtrend. But yeah, so you do have a bit of support down here though. It just needs to decide if it wants to consolidate and then curl back up. MB. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. It is holding the bottom of the range too, though, right? So the white line at the bottom is holding nicely, right? Right above the VWAP for MB. It just needs to break that downtrend. My chart is a bit messy. This is like Dan's trading station. Messy. Messy, messy. Uh, uh, maybe. What time is it? Okay. Let's do another 5 minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna hop off and go back to Discord and do some one-on-ones. Alrighty, so 5 minutes. Let me know if you have any last questions. Don't forget to smash a like before you go. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots. Sign up for the legend level and come join us. Alrighty? Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty, alrighty. I need to send you an important private message. Please read and respond to me. Perfect, Cal. Perfect. Sounds good. Sounds good. Tony, what do you mean? Kel, are you in Discord? You might need to renew that membership, Kel. Yeah, because I think you got the like the gifted one, right? But it's a $4 membership. So that, yeah. Let me see. Is that today, Tony? I'm just looking. Oh yeah. Tony, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, we're good to go. So back to 720 here. That thing is holding the bottom really nicely. Luca, did you get a brand new position? Oh, 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern, Tony. No, absolutely Winterfell. Absolutely. Uh, I'm sure something's gonna move as soon as you go to walk the dog. Yeah. 4 p.m. Eastern. Uh, there we go. Perfect. I know, right, Rob? As soon as the market closes, boom skis. After lunchtime, the party begins. It is Monday. You'd expect more things to be happening. Yeah, we're trying to retest that downtrend here for MB. Trying to. Yeah. Let's go, Tony. Yeah, later today. Uh, There we go. Uh, there you go. Yeah, no, Kel, you don't have a problem with that. It's just the yeah, not an issue at all. Look at SPY, guys. Like, look how confused this damn thing is. Look at the confusion. Like, what's the market doing today? What's going on? Like, we've barely moved. It's like up, down, up, down, up, down. You know something crazy is coming at some point, right? At some point, something crazy is gonna happen. MB is trying to break out of that little downtrend. Trying. So let's see if it actually cooks here, right? So the bottom of the range has been holding really nicely. The bottom's been holding really nicely, which is good. There we go. So 690 has been holding really nicely, huh? Yeah. Winterfell bought the dips before he went outside. That's why. Did anybody buy the dip on this one for MB? There goes 760. 760, 775, 780. Ooh, look at that. 799. Damn. Damn. Oh my days. Oh my days, MB. That was a beautiful break of a downtrend. You did? I like it, right? So that look at those two circles at the bottom, right? Double bottom. But the most important thing here, the most important thing was breaking that downtrend line and holding it. Yeah, and now it's halted up again. Now it's halted up. Oof, that was beautiful. Let's go. 690. Let's go. Let's go. So now the question is, can we get back above 820 now? Luca, come join us in Discord. We're about to leave. Come join us. Break now to break even. I think you should move it up so you can lock in more gains, right? Yeah, this 690 level was perfect. Perfect. And the curl was even perfecter. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. There you go. So now we want to wait for one more on halt in this thing. The shorts are screwed. The shorts are destroyed. Better late than never. Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to join us in Discord, click this link at the bottom of the chat from Nightbot and become a legend member. Once you do, then you get the link to join us in Discord. Alrighty. Let's see. And see. Perfect. To show me the way so I can make some monies with the Dan? Absolutely, you will. Don't worry, Daniel. You will. You will make monies. When's your one-on-one? At some point this week, right? Yeah. You will make monies. Don't worry. Alrighty. See, as soon as Winterfell left, Rob, as soon as he left, boom skis. As soon as he left, okay. Carl, why are you sending me those links? Don't send me links. I'm gonna fight you. Alrighty. $15? Might as well. Might as well just go. Might as well just send it. Why not? Might as well. Bits 811. Thank you, Hurricane. No. Perfect. Come on, give us that on halt. Raven, go build a barn. There goes the on halt, guys. Woo. So we just made brand new highs of the day. Yeah. So brand new highs of the day here. There we go. 840, guys. 850. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's a work in progress. Yeah. Move that stop loss up, Luca. Don't make me find you. Carl, I mean, you send me a DM now. You send me a DM, and I think you're good to go. You probably just have multiple accounts. Like if I search you in Discord, Yeah, I can see you. And you haven't followed the steps. Um, you have not followed the steps. And we'll hold it down, guys. So this is why we say move that stop loss up. Move that stop loss up, right? So look at this. Now it's halted down from the double top, right? Surprise, 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 right? So locking the gains on the way up and move the stop loss up. Yup. You sold at 8. Good job. Well done. Yeah. Take the monies. Take the monies. Sam, that's okay. We're gonna leave it here for the day, though, guys. We'll continue in Discord, alrighty. So if you're not a member, come join us. If you do become a member when the stream is over, your invite link is gonna be in the community section, or just send me an email. Alrighty. So again, smash the like before you go, please, and thank you. Hit that subscribe if you're new, and if you want to join us in Discord, that's the in membership link at the bottom of the chat. I'm gonna think about the other membership level and probably create it later today, and then we can do like our first group class on Friday or Saturday, stuff like that. Alrighty. So we'll do that. We'll do that at. I'll do that at some point today, and then if you want to upgrade, you can. If not, nothing changes, right? So this is just for people that want to do a recap at the end of the week or something and talk about entries and exits. Sound good? Same page. So then you can upgrade your membership if you want. Alrighty. Cool. If you think of any other smart names to call the level, send me a DM in Discord. Yeah. Any last questions, guys? Are we good to go? Dan, go eat some breakfast. Eat some breakfast. Control copy. Ah, yeah, baby goats. We might just call it the baby goat level, because it's kind of a baby goat level. There's a goat level, there's a baby goat level. Yeah, because we're going to be learning some of the things from the goat membership. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I like baby goat. But yeah, and again, if that's something that's not interesting, then just ignore it. And then we'll go from there. Cool. Have a wonderful rest of the day, guys. Much love. Be safe, and catch you guys in Discord. Thank you, Jay. Thank you all very much. That would be technically. Greg, go to the Getting Started channel in Discord and watch that video, the last video that was posted. It's gonna help you. Alrighty, please. So go watch that video. I didn't mean to click on the damn video, but um, go watch the video. Okay, it's gonna help you connect. So if you didn't watch the video over the weekend, guys, on all the Discord channels and stuff like that, Craig, watch this video. That's the link at the bottom of the chat. Watch that video. Okay, and that's gonna explain everything you need to do in Discord to gain access. So and all the channels and what they're for. Much love, all D. Bye everybody. Bye bye bye. Bye guys. Bye for now. If I can figure out how to end the stream.